Happy New Year, podcast pals. Danny here to give my daily love to everybody at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Just a quick brag, I'm a Smart Club member. And yeah, it's a big deal because when the polar vortex hits, your house will let you know real fast. That's why right now is honestly the best time to do comfort upgrades. Standard's running a ton of specials right now. Things like whole home humidifiers to fix that dry winter air, UV lights to help keep the air cleaner, and ERVs that bring in that fresh air without dumping the heat. Trust me, you will notice a difference in a big way. Be cozy this winter. Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, providing the comfort you deserve since 1930. Online at standardheating.com.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. 93.
Well, it's absolutely unbelievable, as a good friend of mine would say. It's unbelievable, but it's true. It's time for the latest edition, the Thursday edition of the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. Thanks, everybody, for tuning us in. How you doing there, Josh?
All good. How about yourself?
Pretty good. Do you also find this situation to be unbelievable?
I do find it to be unbelievable.
I'm sorry, I've got a friend who pronounces it that way, and I can't get over it.
I hate it when things are underwhelming, so I'm glad it's unbelievable.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, with the Thursday issue of the show. There you are, Josh. You're at home, and you're doing what you love to do most at home. You're enjoying some television programming. Let's say you take a break from the Ozzy Osbourne documentary. Would this hold your attention? Watching a live stream of a tavern, a bar, a roadhouse. So you click on your mouse or however a live stream works, I don't know, and suddenly you're watching the goings-on at your local neighborhood bar.
Yes, absolutely, and I've done it before.
You have?
Yeah, I've done that for bands. Sometimes they'll stream a band, and I know it's kind of a thing. Worldwide, they have this going on, where you can, and so you have to pay for it certain times, but otherwise they'll have, hey, this is just what's going on at our bar. Yeah, it's kind of fun. You can live vicariously through people, sometimes overhear conversations. During the pandemic, I would stream church services on Sunday. You know, they'd have those going for a bit.
When I first read about this, this is the new trend for bars, according to what I'm reading. The new trend is you live stream whatever the hell is happening at your bar and let some bitches watch from home. When I first read about it, I thought, well, that sounds very 2020. That sounds very COVID-y to me.
Although it would be awful empty in that bar in 2020.
Oh, right. What the hell am I thinking? Yeah, okay.
Just some mice running around.
I suppose there was nothing to watch. Yeah, good point. A bar in Fort Lauderdale, a bar called the Elbow Room in a place called Fort Lauderdale. They're live streaming.
Fort Lauderdale, where is that? Like, what part of the country is Fort Lauderdale?
Oh, well, this isn't a stupid news report, so I can say it.
Yeah,
Florida.
You can say it. Yeah. Okay, good.
They live stream whatever the hell's going on at their joint 24/7. 24/7? What the hell's anyone looking at between, 2 and 7 a.m.? Anyway.
The cleaning crew?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They live stream what's going on at their bar all day long. They got multiple cameras set up. They've got a beach cam. They've got a patio cam. They got a ladies' room cam. They've got a band cam. So you can see whatever terrible cover band might have signed up.
I've got a sun cam. Would you guys like working at a place that's 24/7 streaming? You imagine, like, you're not going to be able to...
I'm not listening right now. I'm not listening to your question because you dumped such a terrible friggin' joke on us.
That was a decent joke.
I loved it.
It was okay. I mean, I wasn't brilliant.
You did not pronounce his name correctly either. Cam! Right. Now they've got a bar cam. What were you saying? What was the question?
Would you... I don't know if I'd like that 24/7 camera. I mean, certainly those people, like you mentioned the cleaning crew, Ashley, this is what made me think about it. Or somebody did, I'm sorry. They're not going to be able to cut any corners, are they?
You mean if you were a customer, you would not like that?
No, if I was an employee.
An employee. That's a good point. Every once in a while, I'd like to skim a little cash out of the register.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Every once in a while, maybe I want to duck behind the kegs and smoke a joint. Every once in a while, I want to pick my nose.
We had an issue for a little bit where one of the dogs, just for whatever reason, he decided, I'm just going to poop in the basement whenever I want. Didn't matter how long you took him out, how many times. So I put a camera down there. I needed to know which one. I had a suspect, but again, innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah, you're watching like kind of. Did it ever dawn on you that you were watching what might be considered like sick doggy fetish porn?
I'll tell you what. I just waited until I saw the dog get into the position, and then I wouldn't watch any further. That's the truth. I don't need to see what's going on.
Set up a camera to investigate which dog was deucing in the basement.
Yeah, so we could correct the behavior.
Smart move on your part.
At any point, did you suspect your son?
No, but it was my wife. And so that's what was crazy is I never suspected
Oh, my God.
it. It was weird. She's just down there. She put on a dog outfit even. And I thought it was one of the dogs for so long.
I told Josh a couple days ago, and you were very understanding. Do you recall this, Josh? We were working after the show was over, something that Dana and Ashley aren't familiar with. But Josh and I were working after the show, and I had to go to the men's room. And I came back and I said to Josh, I said, Jesus, I'm so embarrassed. And he said, what happened? I said, well, I went into the men's room. I took down my pants and my underwears, and I made a deuce. But I said, for Christ's sake, I forgot to get on the toilet first.
I got to admit something. I lied. I tried to make him feel better by saying, oh, that happens all the time.
But it doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen. No.
Anyway, this bar in Fort Lauderdale, 24/7, they offer up this live stream. Yeah, good point about if you're an employee. For Christ's sake, you're not going to be able to get away with anything.
Well, I brought up the camera because it inadvertently would catch my son and his friend, because our basement basically, doesn't matter how many times we've repaired it, it gets destroyed from him and his friends running around down there like
Why
morons.
are they so disrespectful?
They're just morons more than anything.
And
Clumsy.
this is, you mentioned a son earlier. This is Cam.
No, different son.
Oh, a different son. My godson?
Yeah, I forget the kid's name. He's the one that still lives at home.
So did the little 6th, 7th, 8th grade kids know they were being watched by a secret?
Oh, yeah, they know.
Oh.
They know. But it's completely obvious it's sitting there. And he knew why it was down there. But so I would be able to catch him going, hey, did you notice that the dog took a dump downstairs? Like, no, I didn't notice whatsoever. So he would just be lazy and not pick it up. And I'm like, well, I got that camera down there. Or when he was supposed to do certain things, I could catch him. So he is my employee cutting corners, and I've been able to catch him on that thing. I was going to get rid of it now that the dog doesn't do it anymore, but I'm leaving it down there just so I can catch him not doing what he's supposed to.
Typical.
And he's too dumb to figure it out.
Oh, I didn't notice that giant steaming,
Yeah.
horrible...
As he's stepping over it,
the horrible smell. No, I didn't notice anything. Yeah,
putting
right.
a traffic cone on it so no one steps on it, then removing it.
Kids love that bit.
Oh,
to
yeah.
Yeah,
ignore.
definitely.
And he's such a bad liar, it was easy.
So, you know who else probably isn't crazy about a 24/7 live stream of this neighborhood bar, and that'd be some of the drinkers.
Yeah, I would not
Or the
like
cheaters.
Yeah.
Don't take your side piece to this friggin' bar. Everybody's watching at home. Yeah, I mean, what were you saying, Ashley?
that. I wouldn't like that, especially like when I was going to the bar way too much, like 7 days a week kind of vibe. I would not like if someone was sitting at home like, here she comes again.
Right.
Oh, she's my favorite character on the show.
Does she have nowhere else to go?
Someone's calling Alcoholics Anonymous or whatever and turning you in.
Yep.
Jiu-Jitsu Jesus said that he has been to the Elbow Room
The Elbow Room.
in Fort Lauderdale.
It's called Florida.
Florida, okay.
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I can do it. It's starting to bother me a little bit, but I can say it.
He's been there, and he said it's nothing but boobs and booties.
Oh, so it might have kind of a dirty vibe.
Yeah, maybe that's why they threw those in there.
Oh, well, that makes sense. If this is not your average roadhouse and it's got a TNA vibe, well, that would make perfect sense.
I was looking up whether or not some bars do it here, and there are some. And again, it's for bands, like I mentioned, and also there was some billiard tournaments
Oh,
have
yeah.
been streamed. I think in
Absolutely.
Coon Rapids, Ashley.
Yep, my husband watches those all the time. That is like what his favorite thing to do with his free time. And it'll be
Watches-
like complete strangers. Usually it's
Wait a minute now. I have an interest in this. So he watches just average schmoes play pocket billiards?
Yeah.
With local bars too, or is it just kind of wherever?
He always watches CRs. They
That's-
have a live stream.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know if I'd be able to say it or not, but that's the exact one I was talking about.
There's a bar
Yep.
called CR's?
It's a pool hall, but pool hall, bar, restaurant
Well, that
situation.
sounds fun. I mean, really, honestly, because I'm also a fan of pocket billiards, so he just watches regular dicks playing pool.
Yeah, there's one specific table that always has a live stream going, so he'll pull it up, and I'm like, oh, who are you watching? Because sometimes we have buddies that play in tournaments over there, and they live stream
Cool.
those, and I'm like, oh, who's that? I don't know, this dude and this dude.
Well, that sounds fun. Now that we're having this conversation, I think the old Alleries in St. Paul used to stream a little bit of their daily activities because
Oh, yeah,
it
and
was TNA.
Yeah, things had to change. Right. I know what you're talking
I
about.
was very popular at that bar for a while.
The
Very popular.
Now, doesn't the Bunny Ranch, the famous brothel in Vegas or Nevada, don't they have they stream the lobby?
I don't
I know
know.
they had the TV show, and I don't think I'm confusing the two. I thought they had a live stream as well.
You may be right. So, I mean, this isn't anything wildly new, I guess, but the trend is gaining steam to live stream your bar all day, every day.
How many years now, Nick, have they talked about putting cameras in here? 20?
Yeah, I don't even know.
Back when our first boss was our boss the first time, they talked about throwing a live stream in the
You
studios.
mean not security cameras?
Yeah,
You-
just during the show,
So,
which would be
folks-
incredibly boring. I don't know if people would want to watch that.
People love that kind of stuff.
They do?
yeah,
they really do.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't watch us.
I think.
Neither would I.
I know what you're talking about now. So there'd be cameras pointed at our faces all day long.
Yeah, there'd be like a couple of static cameras.
Oh, I
do the
think it
whole
would. I mean, of course, nothing ever gets done around here. Things sit on the back burner for decades. Oh, and I mean decades. I think it would be kind of fun and interesting to see our facial expressions and things like that. I think
I make dumb faces.
if we have any money, we should. And we don't have any money, so it's not even worth bringing up.
We can't even get the mics to work. You know,
No.
it would be, we'd have to throw the date on the screen like in a lower third. Otherwise, people were like, oh, this must be an episode from a couple days ago. I see Josh is wearing that same sweatshirt. There's no way that he wore that 5 days in a row.
Yeah, you wouldn't like that bit if we had cameras.
I don't like being on camera.
You don't like
I mean,
your-
I wouldn't turn it if that's what they wanted to do. If people had interest, that's cool. But yeah, at the same time, it's being on camera is not my favorite.
So,
Would you guys change your appearance at all? Meaning, would you dress a little better or
No.
not wear the same thing every day?
No, not at all.
I've worked at a station that had cameras on us all the times, and I still wear the same clothes every single day.
I probably wouldn't wear sweatpants.
Well, nobody can see your legs.
Well, we'd have an Ashley leg cam
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
brought to you by Hanes.
By popular request.
Everyone else could watch you pump.
Oh
Yeah, that's
You
true.
could maybe you could get some sort of endorsement with I don't know what's a breast pump company.
Mom cozy.
Yeah, Mom Cozy. Ram Tucky, she just did something similar to what I mentioned, where they had a cat peeing in the tub. They didn't know which cat, so they put a camera in there to see which one. There's 3 of them. Turns out it wasn't a good look when they forgot that there's a camera pointing at the shower when they have people over.
Feel free. Jump on in.
Oh, yeah. Some customers, I would imagine at the Elbow Room in Fort Lauderdale, some customers probably aren't wild about the idea of cameras pointed at them every time they walk into the joint. I mean, my favorite neighborhood bar, I don't know how many years ago this was now, at the Wayzata American Legion. They put in windows. For many years, there was not a single window in the bar. You couldn't tell if it was July, December, nothing. There was no windows. And when they decided to finally put some windows in, some of the older drinkers, now these guys are dead by now, but some of the older drinkers in there, they were pissed off because they didn't want anyone to be able to look in and see them in there. Their boss, their wife, especially.
I think it would be depressing in there without windows.
Yeah.
Oh, I loved it. Everybody smoked. You could barely breathe. It was awesome. It was the most perfect joint on earth. But yeah, the older guys were like, I don't want my wife to be able to look in here. You know, they were pissed. They got over it, and then they died.
I like how Shotgun Messiah Jesus phrased this. Imagine how many people are going to get cold played with that live bar look in. Yeah, absolutely.
What does that mean?
You know the infamous Coldplay video, the kiss cam?
The guy hanging on the side piece. Yeah.
I think it'd be fun if you knew your buddies were there to watch them and see them just get shot down left and right by chicks everywhere.
Yeah, and you can this is a free service to live stream this bar, but if you want sound, you got to pay $3 a year or something. And I wonder the quality of the sound. I would love to be able just to eavesdrop on every conversation. And like Dana said, your buddy's in there hitting on a gal. I want to hear the lies that he tells her.
Yeah.
I would doubt that the audio is
Oh,
terrible.
it could be very good.
Oh, yeah?
Like, I have an old doorbell camera, and the audio on that, I can pick up neighbors across the street talking. It's crazy how good that microphone is.
So there you go. I mean, we all should probably keep in mind, everywhere we go, keep in mind you're probably being watched.
Oh, yeah, I'll tell my kids that all the time.
Right. And that's good to know. Even at my age, every once in a while, I dial back my behavior and think, okay, wait, what if there's a video camera?
I sometimes think about that with, like, my smart speaker, because it'll record questions you ask, right? So you say, hey, smart lady, and whatever question you have, it can record those. You can go back and listen to them. So I used to, just to double check nothing inappropriate was going on, and sometimes, the questions would be pretty funny. A lot of, make a fart noise, over and over and over again. But I think about that, too. Like, there's been people who have been caught in crimes discussing things in their smart speaker or smart television.
Smart speaker and smart television.
Oh, people are saying there's sporting events, like youth sports you can stream. I know they videotape everyone now, it seems.
Boy, I wish
I watched, I brought this up. I watched an Egan football game, a live stream. And those announcers, I don't know if they listen to the show or anybody that knows them, do an awesome job. I mean, it's really, really good.
Oh, yeah?
I just pictured...
they're calling a random house league 8th grade football?
No, this was the Egan High School football team.
Oh.
I mean, they had graphics on the screen. Both guys were really engaging. I mean, I expected it just to be a static camera somewhere pointed at the field, and we were watching just to see what time we had to leave to go pick up the kid. And it was awesome.
Like Clay Matvick's old interns
yeah,
and whatnot?
I mean, honestly, these guys were really good. I could see watching that every week.
That's awesome. All right, there you go. And, off air before we crack the mics, because of this article about a bar that live streams everything, Ashley and I had just begun a conversation about drinking, and then we had to go live. So now we can bring it to the air and bring it to our listeners. I was going to ask Ashley a question because amongst the four of us, you and I were quite easily the ones who came closest to treatment.
Yeah, definitely.
I was going to ask Ashley this question as a fellow, somewhat recovered, hard, irresponsible drinker. Did you ever get so drunk that your appearance shocked someone?
I don't know if it's shocked somebody else, but it has definitely shocked me.
You've looked in the mirror and said, oh, my damn.
Oh, yeah. Like, open your eyes.
Yeah. You see photos the next day pop up on social media. You're like, oh, God dang it.
I thought of, this is why I wanted to ask you the question. One night, one day, went out, 10 o'clock in the morning, and you get into the drink and you keep going and going and going. On this particular night, I started about 10 o'clock in the morning. I think I got home around 1 a.m. And my girlfriend at the time, when I entered the bedroom, she said, oh, my God, at the sight of me, because I was just so disgusting looking, and my face was like falling off of my skull. So I wanted to ask you, did you ever shock a loved one with your appearance? Okay. Sorry, I ran a little late here. Let's go ahead and bust out that $5K a day keyword. It's all part of your shot at winning $1,000. That was my knuckles.
Yeah, you got every single one of them there.
That was higher pitched. I wonder if the microphone changed that.
your shot at winning $1,000. The number is 95819. You text the number 95819 followed by the keyword, which is prize, Prize. 95819. Text
Running out
the
of
keyword
ideas.
Prize. Are we running out of words?
I guess we're running out of words. You can win a prize.
We'll text you back. I guess that's where they're going with that, isn't it? We'll text you back to confirm. You should know that data and messaging rates may apply. Don't be a total loser with the texting and the driving. Good luck, jabronis. It's a 5K a day. Oh, man. There you go, Cubby.
I'm trying to remember the last time I've been drunk. I was real close when we went on a family trip to Boston earlier this year.
Close to drunk.
Yeah, I was as close as you can get. I wasn't drunk.
The next day, do you suffer from something close to an overhang?
Yeah, just almost. Yeah, that's how I knew I wasn't drunk. Well, that's not the only indication, but I was confident I wasn't drunk because it didn't mess me up the next day.
I can't remember either, Josh.
Well,
Obviously, it was before you were pregnant.
Oh, yeah.
Because you guys tried.
Yes.
When you were trying, did you stop drinking?
I slowed down a lot. I definitely wasn't getting drunk.
So you waited until you knew. That's when you decided, okay, I'm quitting it.
Yep. And I found out really early, like 4 weeks and a day.
It's kind of funny. I got a text message from a listener who said, "Man, you guys are hilarious. How Jurassic this program can be at times."
Oh, no. What did we do?
5-10 minutes ago, we were discussing the possibility of cameras in studio. The guy's like, "Everybody friggin' does it. What's the matter with you guys?"
Oh, no, I know. People were saying, like, KDWB does it. I just more meant, like, they've been talking about it here for so long.
Yeah, it'll never happen. They're just busting our balls.
We're
Josh.
poor.
No,
Leave us
yeah.
alone.
Yeah, we're broke. They're just busting.
That's all it really is. And I know, like, now with technology, we could probably spend like $300 and get a decent enough situation. You know, I have a lot of the equipment that would work for it, the camera switching and everything. But yeah, you're right. We don't even have that.
Who does it?
Oh, like KDWB does it.
Nobody cares about KDWB.
That's not true.
Back to bars real quick, then I suppose we got to take a break. The bar life, that's the best. I still love just the vibe of walking on into your favorite neighborhood bar. You know what ruins it usually? When one of my buddies says something.
They just open their mouth.
Then all they got to do is just open their friggin' stupid mouth. Then I want to go right back home. I don't know why they got to ruin it every time. Just don't say anything.
You were telling, I hope you don't mind me bringing this up. I don't think you will. But you were telling me there's a particular guy at the bar who you can't tell a story because he has to get a joke in every 4 words you say. You did a good impersonation because I know exactly what you're talking about. I think everybody probably has that guy in their friend group, or girl, I guess. I've never met a girl that's like that, but certainly guys.
You cannot, as Eddie Murphy said when imitating Bill Cosby all those years ago, you cannot get through a story. You can't get through one story. Sometimes at my favorite neighborhood bar, because every 4 words, Josh, just tell us a random story. I'll imitate what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Just tell any story, and I'll...
I saw an article the other day about there's a haunted house.
How do you
school.
saw an article? Like there's an article and you take a saw and you cut it in half. Is that how you saw an article?
It was about this haunted
Right,
house.
you guys? Yeah, did you hear that one?
It's about a haunted house school where they teach you how to scare people. And they say the goal is to make
I'll give you a mirror if you want to scare people. You'll scare yourself. That's what'll happen if you want to scare people. What were you saying now?
Can you imagine?
Oh, my God.
I know exactly. Sometimes it's like, this isn't supposed to be a funny story. I was trying to share something with you guys.
I mean, can we just get through 5 minutes of conversation? Just 3. Give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute. I just want to pick up the entire bar table and just break it over his head. Give us the...
It's exhausting.
Give some of the boys a chance to talk.
That's insufferable.
What other stories do you have to tell?
I don't even want to say anything.
All right. We'll take a little break, Ski. It's just your average effing Thursday. That's all it is. I mean, and we're going to try to push our way through like any other regular schmuck. Thanks for listening to the program.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
You know that jerk across the street who's always got it in for me? Every year, that guy waits to see what decorations I put out and then finds a way to top me. I string lights, he strings better lights. I put out Frosty, he puts out an Elf Village. I put out Dracula, he does nothing, and I look like a jackass.
93X.
I'm starting off the day, Cubby, feeling like a stupid idiot. Last night, for only the second time in my life, I walked out on my bar tab. And I feel like a damn jackass over it. Walked out on my bar tab. I mean, it was only a few Steve Weisers, but I just don't like the idea of making the bartender's job any harder than it already is. So I'm going to catch hell tonight when I walk into the joint.
How'd that happen?
I just walked out.
You forgot?
Yeah, just forgot. That's what I'm. Yeah.
I mean, how do you pay there?
How do you pay?
Is it like, where they bring out the little computer deal?
No. Hand him a card. I went to the bar, ordered a couple of beers, went back later, ordered a couple more beers. There was a special event last night in the dining room, a celebration of life. So I was kind of pinballing between the dining room and the bar. And it wasn't until I woke up this morning that I realized I walked out on my bar tab. Only the second time in my life.
That's like the best possible scenario, though, for walking out on your bar tab. They already have your card information, so you didn't make their life any harder.
Oh, okay. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm sure they would have been good, right? They're
Yeah.
probably
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
charge
And
on
most places have a thing that say if you forget to close your tab, we add on a 20% tip, and you just go pick up your card the next day.
All right, I didn't know any of these things. Yeah, I don't know. Sure, this is my regular bar, the Wayzata American Legion. I know every swinging D in the joint. I doubt I'm going to be 86th for this. I will get my balls busted a little bit. More than anything, I guess the reason I bring it up is I am just becoming so forgetful and more every day. And I wasn't in good shape to start, if you know what I'm saying. I've always been forgetful, so for it to only be getting worse is concerning.
I've been feeling the same way. I think a lot of it has to do with, well, A, I'm getting older. I'm now 40. But B, there's just so much information to process every single day. It's just nonstop with news and checking in on things and reading stories and trying to keep track of everything gets exhausting for me. And my wife busts my balls about it because I'll have to ask her like 3 times, like, what's going on tonight again? I can't remember.
I'm not trying to freak you out, but you just said that. Yeah, you just got done saying that. You said it twice in a row.
What's the most important or significant thing you've ever forgotten about?
A kid.
A child?
Yeah. My wife is more guilty of that than I am.
Where did you forget? Tell us about the.
So for me,
the
it wasn't as bad. My wife left her my wife left the building she was at, and it's a little more understandable. She worked there, and there was a daycare at her work.
Oh.
And she just left. Forgot that the kid was there. That
made it all the way home? Or?
My wife still wakes up in the middle of the night and cries about that. And this happened 20 years ago.
So the child was completely safe in the daycare room of your wife's workplace. She got all the way home before she realized the child?
No, she was maybe halfway home and realized it. So the kid, she never knew. And it was so we've got the same one. And she always jokes it's because she's my daughter, because she's the middle child, right? She just thinks she doesn't exist in the family for that reason. There was another time, so we were at Target, and we both had to go to the bathroom, so I told her, she's maybe 5, like, all right, as soon as you're done, if I'm not done for whatever reason, wait right here, all right? When you get out, just wait right next to the bathroom. And so I got done, I beat her, and I completely forgot she was in the bathroom. I walked over to my family, and I was like, hey, where's the kid? My wife's like, you were supposed to watch her.
You left
So
her.
I went back, and to her credit, she was just standing there going, what the heck is taking this guy so long?
In the men's room?
No, she was standing outside the bathroom.
Outside the men's room.
Yeah.
651-989-9393 if you want to tell us the most significant or important thing you've ever forgotten about. I used to forget to pay my bills quite often. For many years, I'd forget to renew the tabs on my motor vehicle. I'd forget to pay my car insurance, boat insurance. If there's an important task in life, I have smooth forgotten about it.
Yeah, same here, especially lately. But that's not my fault.
You've got other things on your mind.
Yeah,
And again,
well, my brain is literally like when you're pregnant, it changes. I know there's a bunch of science words to go with it, but pregnancy brain is a real thing. So
All right.
something changes, and yeah, I forget everything all the time. The one thing I'm really guilty of lately is forgetting to close the freezer.
Close the freezer.
To the point where my husband has put a sticky note on the fridge, and then so it's one of those drawer freezers. So then when you pull the drawer out, there's another sticky note on that part that says, hey, don't forget the freezer. And then there's one even in the ice tray, because I usually grab ice in the morning, that says, seriously, don't forget to close the freezer.
You're letting all the cold air out.
And I've already, I forgot last night. So.
And again, I know a $25 bar tab or whatever isn't the end of the world, but it bothers me because it shows that I'm only getting worse in this department. I once forgot to go to work. You guys ever forget to go to work?
No. I've gone to work by accident or started to drive there just not paying attention or whatever. When it wasn't a work day.
On a Saturday morning or something.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll just wait. I'm going the wrong way. What am I doing?
And this would have been a lot of fun, I'm sure. Well, at least I pictured that it would have been fun. It was here at the radio station. It was a good 20 years ago or so because, as Josh's uncle would say, Marian Gorbiak, star goal scorer for the Minnesota Wild, was involved. He was the top goal scorer in town, Marian Gorbiak. And the sales department approached me and said, hey, this Saturday afternoon, would you like to make an appearance alongside Marian Gaborik, of course, is the real pronunciation, but Josh's uncle liked to make up different pronunciations. Would you like to make an appearance with Marian Gaborik this weekend at a bar or something like that? And, he will be signing autographs and you'll be giving away tickets to the Limp Bizkit concert or whatever. And I said, well, yeah, that sounds kind of cool, He's the hot shot in town. And at the time, I was pretty crazy about the Man-Bear Pigs. Said, sure. All right, fine. 2:00 this Saturday at Big Dave's Beer Hall in Lino Lakes or whatever. Sure. That Saturday afternoon, I'm mowing the lawn, and my cell phone beeps, and I pick it up, and the sales staff representative said, well, where the hell are you? I said, I'm mowing the yard. Well, what do you need? Well, you're supposed to be here with the Marian Gaborik, and then this. Totally forgot.
Oh, no.
It was already, 40 minutes or so into the 2-hour appearance, and I said, do you need me to drive all the way to Lino? And they said, no, just forget it, and they hung up on me. They were pretty upset with me. I was upset with myself. Just forgot all about it. And it was 2 or 3 days only between when they told me to be there and when the event actually happened.
HVAC Delivery Jesus went on a school trip to Washington, D.C., stood in the school parking lot for over an hour when they got back. A friend's dad saw him standing there and came and brought him home. He said his parents' faces when he finally got home, priceless.
They forgot to pick him up.
Their son was coming back from Washington, D.C.
Jesus.
You're not joking, though, Ashley. I mentioned it before, that pregnancy brain. My wife warned me about it, and that is a real thing. Her mind was completely different during that time.
It's getting pretty bad. And they say it takes up to 2 years to psychologically get back to where you were before pregnancy.
Huh?
That's cool. That's cool.
Well then explain this to me. My aunt has 14 children.
Oh, she's just screwed forever.
So she's had pregnancy brain, and their ages range between, at this point, I don't know, 66 years old and 35 years old or so. So she's had pregnancy brain her entire life.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's awful. She probably doesn't know any different by now, though.
Maybe she forgot she had that many kids. That's a ton of kids right there.
Even if I had no effects of pregnancy brain, if I was a woman's, I think I would claim it anyway, because you can get off the hook for a lot of responsibilities. I can't do that. I've got pregnancy brain.
It does kind of help, yeah. Definitely.
If you remember, my forgetfulness almost killed a house pet 15 or 20 years ago.
Oh, your girlfriend's cat?
Yeah. Well, not my wife now. If you haven't heard the story, my wife and I have known each other very well for 35 years. We just got married 2 years ago, but we've known each other for 35 years in different capacities. And, it's got to be 15, 20 years ago. She used to travel a lot for work. And she called me, being one of her best friends. She called me and said, hey, look, I'm going to San Diego for 4 days. Will you stop by my townhouse every day and feed my cat? And I said, well, yeah, I like that cat. Big Nuts was his name.
Was that the real name?
Yeah, Big Nuts.
Cute.
I'm kidding. I don't. She said, please, you be doing me a big favor. I said, of course, I like your cat. Well, on the 4th day, on the day that my now wife, then friend, was returning home from San Diego, I'll never forget it. I'm driving down Highway 55 in Medina, and I said to myself, oh, my God. I had completely forgotten, to stop by at all. And she's coming home that evening. I raced straight to her townhouse, and I remember saying out loud to myself, please, Big Nuts, or whatever the cat's name was, please don't be dead. I'll never, ever be forgiven for this. Luckily, Big Nuts was alive, but when I opened up that door after he had been alone without any water or food for 3.5 days, I mean, soon as I turned that key, I heard that cat go, meow! Oh, God, meow! He was so friggin' hungry. When I'm pouring the food into the bowl, he's climbing up my leg. He couldn't believe, I was like a hero in his eyes, even though really I was the villain.
Yeah, you never told him, did you? Did you blame it on
I
Mom?
never said dick to that
As
cat.
far as he knows, it was Mom.
As far as he knows, he was abandoned by his mother, exactly.
Ashley, has anybody weaponized your forgetfulness?
What do you mean?
Meaning like they never told you something, but then when you say, well, you never told me, and they say, well, you've just been so forgetful, I did tell you.
Oh,
That kind of thing?
100%. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my husband's favorite thing to do.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, like yesterday, I noticed there was heavy whipping cream that should be refrigerated. It was in the cupboard. I was like, hey, what'd you do here? Because I'm very lucky. He cleans up. If I'm cooking, he cleans up after me. So I was like, I know I didn't do that because I don't clean. And he was like, no, that was definitely you. Come on, I wouldn't do something like that. You're pregnant. It's your brain. It's like,
Pregnancy brain kind of sounds a lot like old folks' brain.
it's like, all right, I don't think it was me, but I'll let you have this
In
one.
the years leading up to my dad checking out, he was doing things like he'd make himself a sandwich, put the salami in the cupboard, and then put the bread in the fridge, and then wonder what that smell is 3 days. What's rotting salami that you have in the cupboard, you bastard?
This person got left sleeping under a church pew for hours after a Sunday night service. Their dad was the minister, so he had keys to get back in to go retrieve them.
Parents forgetting kids. That's a good one. That's a big one. That's a big moment.
I've never been forgotten. Well, as far as I can remember.
Oh, yeah, we were forgotten a few times. It was, my brother and I at football practice, and football practice ends, and everyone else slowly leaves, and the lights on the field are turned out.
Oh my gosh.
And the lights at the adjoining high school are turned out, and we're standing, and now we're sitting. When you sit on your football helmet, and you're like, what in the practice? And then the old man would roll up. Yeah, sorry about that.
I'm sure my brothers have been forgotten, but never me.
Are you sure it was forgotten? You've told us stories about your brothers. Maybe it was more abandoned.
Yeah,
trying
they were
to
just
give up
leaving
on them.
them.
I'm not fat, I'm aerodynamic. Jesus used to drive long-haul truck. Did it for 25 years.
Oh.
Woke up in Billings, Montana one morning and went east for 3 hours before he remembered he was headed for Seattle.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, no.
See, now that's a different kind of forgetfulness. That's that fatigue forgetfulness. Oh, dude. I mean, when you work here's a landscaper who texted in, Josh, and said one day he woke up and went to work with his slippers on as opposed to his work boots. That's that fatigue forgetfulness. That'll make you look like a damn jackass. Hard work will do that to you. Drove 3 hours east. He was supposed to be going to Seattle. Boy, those, what's the line from Dumb and Dumber? Boy, that John Denver was full of right? About the Rocky Mountains. We've been talking about forgetfulness. I know we have a guest or two coming in this morning, but I've forgotten who they are.
Janelle Klein,
Yes?
C. Willie Miles.
Wonderful.
And Glenn Perkins, too, at 7:30.
Glenn Perkins at 7:30. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I don't know. Where will I be in a few years, Josh, if my forgetfulness continues at this clip.
I'm not too worried about it because
You'll be putting a diaper on me.
there was maybe you don't remember, but there was a time, maybe 10 years ago, remember, where you thought you were losing it because your memory was so bad. And it was like that was noticeably bad for the rest of us. And that since changed, so I bet it's going to bounce
I don't
back.
recall. Was there a signature moment?
No, there was just kind of a lot of moments where you would forget things in all aspects of life. It wasn't, just in one particular thing.
And you think I've maybe improved since then?
Quite considerably.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear you say that. Because I was a little disappointed in myself when I woke up this morning and realized I
That could happen to anybody.
walked out on my stinking bar tab.
I think it was Local 34, Jesus brought up a good point. You hang out at a bar where the average age is in their 60s, it's happened before.
Yeah, you're safe.
don't have to worry about it.
I certainly know I'm not the only one. Oh, of course, yeah.
It's especially common on college campuses. I remember the bar we used to hang out at the U of M. You'd go back on Sunday morning to retrieve your debit card, your credit card, whatever, and they would take out this book. Imagine like a book of sports cards back in the day, and they just had 50 to 60 cards slotted in each of them, page through. All right, what's your name? Did any of these look familiar?
Forgotten IDs?
Forgotten IDs and credit cards, too, So you have to go back and retrieve your debit card from the night before, and they just had stacks and binders full of them from people of just
College kids
forgetting to close their tab.
Too many YAG bombs.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm so lucky I've never forgotten my card somewhere because I'm the type of person that is just gonna cancel it and get a new one instead of going back. I'm so lazy.
There is kind of a feeling of shame a little bit when you go in the next morning. You're clearly hungover. Yeah. I think I left my debit card here last night.
That's probably not a terrible idea, though, Ashley. In case somebody just said, I'm going to write that one down.
Yeah, exactly. I don't trust anybody, yeah.
You're pregnancy lazy. That's what you are. You've got a case of pregnancy laziness.
Oh, so tired all the time. Just so sleepy.
One of our listeners was left by his family at the Apple River.
Oh, that's not a good place for a kid to be left.
Oh, no.
You're going to see some stuff.
Left outside in the elements at the Apple River. What? Wait a minute. Willie Water. A listener we've mentioned once or twice before. Willie Water. He claimed he spent the night outside. He slept outside overnight in Wisconsin.
Oh, my gosh.
Did they ever come back? Willie?
It's like a life-changing moment right there.
Are you serious? I mean, so they left you overnight? Get back to us, Willie Water. They left you overnight.
Could they not find
Neither of your parents realized? Yeah. Were you lost? This is a conversation on forgetfulness, not being lost. So I want to know more about this one. All right.
Joe Dirt situation?
Oh, that was sad.
That was
very sad what they did with Joe Dirt.
Half-assed Morning Show. 93X.
Happy New Year, podcast pals. Dana here to give my daily love to everybody at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Just a quick brag, I'm a Smart Club member. And yeah, it's a big deal because when the polar vortex hits, your house will let you know real fast. That's why right now is honestly the best time to do comfort upgrades. Standard's running a ton of specials right now. Things like whole home humidifiers to fix that dry winter air, UV lights to help keep the air cleaner, and ERVs that bring in that fresh air without dumping the heat. Trust me, you will notice a difference in a big way. Be cozy this winter. Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, providing the comfort you deserve since 1930. Online at standardheating.com.
Years of hard work, and now you've got pain in your back, your shoulders, your knees, maybe your joints. You need help. Randy Shaver here with the answer. Dave Bialke. He's got over 30 years experience in getting workers' compensation benefits for people just like you. Don't suffer. Call Bialke Law today, 763-571-2410, or go to bialkelaw.com. That's BIALKE law.com. And it spells relief for you.
What would you do if your online store converted 30 36% more shoppers. You could take 36% more vacation.
Another pina colada?
Yes, please.
Open a new retail location with 36% more square feet.
Fantastic.
Hire 36% more help.
You're hired and you're hired.
Shopify has the world's best converting checkout, up to 36% better than other e-commerce platforms. What you do with those extra sales is up to you. Switch to Shopify today at shopify.com/listen and get a $1 trial. Shopify.com/listen.
Stupid news on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
All right, we're back. About ready to cut loose with the stupid news. First, I wanted to roll through a couple of text messages that have come our way. 651-989-9393, the Luther Bloomington Kia text line, we call it. You can reach us damn near any time. We were talking about, Christmas traditions, Christmas trends that might be falling by the wayside in the last few years. One of them being writing the obnoxious, self-serving family Christmas letter and sending it out to everyone you know so you can brag about what a gorgeous life that you and your family lead. Got a text message from a listener who says, my nut job sister would always write a Christmas letter to send out to everybody. And each year, she would write it in the perspective of one of her pets.
I've heard about that.
I love that. I love that. I want to be crazy like that.
Come on.
I was going to mention that earlier, but I forgot. Yes, some people write in the perspective of their pet, or they'll kind of talk about their pet's life over the past year.
Oh, gosh, could you imagine what mine would say? Like, my dog ate her foot this year. She cost me $3,000 in vet bills. Here's my Venmo.
Merry Christmas, everybody. It's me, Maggie, the Springer Spaniel.
I want somebody in my life that does that. I would get such a kick out of that.
Let me tell you about what my mommy and daddy have been up to this year. Are you kidding me? You throw that in the garbage.
They shut me out of the bedroom quite a bit.
Do you do that? Oh, I don't even want to know. Sorry. I retract that statement. Strike from the record. Don't want to know.
1 out of 3 has to stay in there. The crippled one has to be there.
The only talking pet that I want to hear about is that cat who talks about his poopies and his peepees.
That cat is so good.
That has changed my life.
That particular ad?
Yes, I say that way too much at home.
He is the best voiceover artist on the planet, whoever that is. He delivered that perfectly.
It is cold this morning. Cold weather has set in. Josh, one of our listeners, sent in a text and said, this is dig through 5 inches of Carhartt to find 2 inches of pecker weather.
That's true.
5 inches of Carhartt, 2 inches of pecker, he says.
Medical Device Jesus said he has a friend who maintains his dog's Facebook page, and it's hilarious.
Oh, that's very common these days, especially on Instagram.
Oh, is it really?
Mm-hmm.
Does he post articles about how he hates squirrels and the mailman like Medical Device Jesus?
He hates squirrels and the mailman, you guys.
That's fun.
I told you the story, speaking of the cold weather, the story about the old Allery's. Boy, we used to go drink our nuts off at the old Allery's in St. Paul and then somehow find our way home safely in the West Metro, which is the best metro. This was a number of years ago when I made the mistake of going to that silly let's watch a bunch of Swedes fall down a hill while wearing ice skates
Crashed
event.
ice?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what a joke that crap was.
So cold.
We went to, I don't care if it was 80 degrees. That stuff was one of the worst sporting events I've ever. Anyway, but it was cold as balls that night. And we walked from wherever they hosted the Swedes falling down a hill while wearing ice skates event, wherever they hosted that. We walked our way back to Allery's, and it was cold. And there was more than a few dudes looking to use the pisser once we got into Allery's, right? Line out the door. And when I got myself maybe 2-3 dudes shy of having a chance to actually use the toilet, there was a guy who was right there pressed up against the urinal. He's wearing about 6 inches of snowsuit, jacket, Carhartt, right?
Yeah.
he was digging and digging and digging into the crotch of his snow pants, and he finally had to say it out loud. He had to, because he was taking so long, and the crowd's like, come on, brother. The dude finally said out loud something along the lines of, gentlemen, I apologize, but I literally cannot find my penis in here.
I know it's in here somewhere. I left the house with
Yes.
it.
I've had that same conversation with my penis. Like, come on, man, just for a second. Get out here just for a second.
The dude even got kind of bow-legged, you know. He kind of even squatted down. He's like looking down, like, this son of a bitch is it. I know it's there because I have to urinate. There's got to be something. All right. On to the stupid news. We're going to fire this pig up by talking about the IRS. The Internal Revenue Service, I believe, is their full God-given name. They almost killed Josh a number of years ago. They almost killed Cubby. He was audited. Little did they know they were going after the most straight-laced peckerhead in town, but they found nothing. But the pressure of it all almost killed you dead.
And it lasted only 2 years.
You didn't have a solid bowel movement or erection for weeks?
Not at all. And usually I can combine those two things quite easily, but neither one happened.
You were emaciated. You were pale and thin, the stress, the worry. So I kind of got a
kick out of it?
Yeah, there was some amusement. I'll admit, there was some fun in watching you suffer. Just a little bit of fun. But they kind of angered me. The IRS kind of angered me the way they treated you.
Well, I will say this, in their defense, I got a letter from like the king of the IRS locally or whatever he is. And he did apologize, saying, hey, you know what? We biffed this one.
Really?
Sorry about that.
You got an apology.
I did, yes.
Well, then I'm not so mad anymore.
Did they slide in like a Arby's gift card or anything in the envelope?
No, but they charged me $300 in postage for him sending that to me.
Did you forgive them after reading the letter?
Yeah, I mean, I knew, like, some of this stuff wasn't their fault. I mean,
yeah.
I told this before. So basically, my tax lady had told me this was a random audit, right? They just picked some schlub, and I happened to be the plebe of the day. And so I get this thing in the mail, right?
The plebe.
And there was, I haven't talked about a lot of this, but it was a really bad couple of years. Some pretty terrible stuff happened. So when I got this, I actually kind of laughed. I'm like, okay, just keep coming. Why not? Why not bring more on this? And so I get the audit. I call the tax lady. She kind of tells me, don't worry about it. We'll get this taken care of. You're completely fine. The first guy got fired. He messed up some stuff up or whatever it was, and he was really aggressive. You know, it was his first one, so he's really trying to nail somebody.
The first guy who was
the first person that
communicating
was
with you.
Yeah, well, I never talked to anybody until the king emailed
or
sent me a letter. He ends up getting canned after 6 months. Somebody else does it. It's going on for a while. Well, she goes on maternity leave.
Oh.
So then they got to start again. And eventually I just basically mailed in a white flag. I said, I give up. Charge me whatever you want.
Yeah.
I can't do this anymore.
I'll do the prison time.
Whatever. And in that process, my hard drive failed, which had my information on it, which, of course, made me look completely guilty.
Sure.
Like, oh, is that right? There's a company in town. I called them. I'm like, can you please fix my hard drive? And the guy said, no problem. But if I crack it open, that's $600 right there, and I can't guarantee I'm going to find any info. So with the IRS, they're like, it's going to cost you less just to be fined a, what do they call it? A bad record-keeping fee.
Huh.
So, yeah.
That's how it ended. You paid a bad record-keeping fee.
So if I could just recommend it,
yeah.
Don't get audited. Do your best not to get audited.
The IRS.
And the best way to do that is just don't pay your taxes.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've...
Yeah.
Worked for Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, not for long.
He had a good run there for a while.
The IRS. Word is they got a new gig they're going to go ahead with. Says here, IRS agents are now being paid to watch porn at work. Well, isn't that just my luck? Here comes this deal, and I am not an IRS agent. I'm not even close to an IRS agent. Agents are now going to be paid to watch porn at work. Here's what they're doing over there. The IRS is auditing people's OnlyFans accounts to make sure they're compliant. So some agents will be paid to watch porn. This is all because of something called the new No Tax on Tips law that Congress apparently passed this summer. There's something in there that says you still have to pay taxes on tips earned from, quote, pornographic activity, if you follow that. I don't know if I even understand what I'm saying, but
I have a little understanding or knowledge of it because my daughter, she does hair, and so she
for God's sake. I thought you had some big news there.
Oh, about the other thing? No.
I thought you were going to say my daughter now does pornography.
No, that's disgusting.
Well, but that's. Can you understand why I thought you were headed in that direction?
Well, you mentioned tips, and I was talking about tips, so she's paid on tips.
Did anyone else think he was going to say his daughter was now involved in pornography?
I knew he was talking about the hair stuff.
So she's, you know what?
Stepdaughter. If it was...
Shame on you. Shame
What?
on you for thinking such a thing. But she's the one that brought up, or she told me about this, and I thought, well, that doesn't sound right. They're really going to do it, but I guess so. So, yeah, she's...
I'm sorry, what? I was still picturing your stepdaughter being involved in pornography.
I don't do that. She's a saint.
Yeah. I don't like that either. I feel
absolute
protective
saint.
over her.
And she's too young
Stay
for
away
you.
from her.
Oh, no.
And you're married. You're a married man.
Uh-huh.
You can't picture other women. What are you doing?
None of us do that. He's right. He's right. We never think about other... All right. So, the story mentions here that not everything on OnlyFans is porn. So IRS agents will have to watch the videos to determine whether the person's content is pornographic or not.
That surprised me the first time I heard. I thought OnlyFans, that's what it was. It was just a porn site. And then
Well,
people
it's
are
damn
saying,
near all porn.
yeah, I bet that's the most popular one.
Oh,
right?
without a doubt.
Outside of maybe celebrities showing how they bake or
Yeah.
whatever. But, I mean, is it like YouTube where somebody can say, this is how you fix a lawnmower engine? Or
I
I'm
suppose.
not sure. I never used it.
I've never been to OnlyFans, not once.
what percentage of people, they're having all these year-end, what would you call them, rankings and things like that, showing what you looked at over the year. What percentage of people go to OnlyFans and don't do any porn stuff?
Oh,
And some of them combine it, right? Look, hey, I'm baking a flambe, and then they're completely nude.
Oh yeah, I could see that happening for sure.
Dangerous.
There's still no true definition of what porn is. I don't know if you're aware of that or not, but it says here there is still no true definition as to what porn is. So these IRS agents might have to use the old standard of, I know it when I see it. Interesting gig.
It's just, okay, I got a boner. That's porn.
Yeah.
No boner, not porn.
Imagine getting this gig. Honey, I got a promotion at work. Oh yeah? What are you going to be doing? Watching OnlyFans chicks all day.
Well, that's better. You hear about cops that have to look at some
Oh,
terrible
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't even imagine having that job. This one sounds much better.
On the topic of porno movies, I have a couple of questions. I've wondered once or twice about porn editors, dudes or gals, who sit down and edit a professionally filmed porno movie. Does it even have an effect on them after a while?
I doubt it.
Probably not. I'd imagine you become immune to it, whatever the word would be, numb to it.
Numb. I know the word you're talking about.
Kind of like how, you'd mentioned Playboy just no longer worked for you after a while.
Right.
Probably the same thing. Like Playboy, I remember as a kid, it was like the J.C. Penney catalog and National Geographic that would get you going. And I'd imagine that's not going to move the needle for anybody.
I have another porn-related question. I don't expect any of you to know the answer, but if you do, obviously, I'd love to hear it. Maybe I'm throwing this more towards our listeners. Who are the people who sit down and edit porn compilation videos for, say, Pornhub? Like the Stepsister compilation. It'll be anywhere between 20 minutes to 2 hours long.
Oh, are you just
I
talking about
always
some
figured
guy?
it was amateurs.
Pardon me?
I always figured it was like some random person.
That's what I figured too. Is it someone who Pornhub is paying to edit those compilations, or is it just some amateur who sits down and watches hundreds of hours of porn movies so the rest of us can watch a slickly edited video of Sasha Gray's most uncomfortable looking BJs?
That's a
you know
really
what I
good
mean?
question because, I have always just assumed it's somebody like you or me. doing those. But I guess
You know the videos I'm talking about.
yeah, but I guess maybe like it's the like you know how they have all those videos, but it's like like one company will own certain actresses like
I don't know.
videos and all that kind of stuff. So maybe it's like those companies have a guy that does it.
I'm certainly hopeful it's a professional, and there's not just some dude sitting around for months watching and watching and watching and then highlighting. Okay, that's a good one. Dana, do you know anything about this?
Yeah, I do. I don't know who does it though, but I always assumed it was just some guy, some super fan. You know,
That's what
I'm with you guys. I think it was like some Sasha Grey super fan that like put together a highlight reel of his favorite scenes.
Josh, now here's something, and I'm sure Josh knows nothing of what we're discussing. He doesn't watch porno movies. Josh, did you know that and I wonder who does this now. Who edits the porn music videos?
There's porn music videos?
You didn't know that.
No,
I'm not surprised that
like
you didn't.
real bands?
Yes.
Shut up.
Yes, and at every high mark of the song, there'll be an explosive money shot. You know what I mean?
Is that true? Like, so are they just like gimmick bands? Or are these?
No. I'm talking music video. So a legit song, song.
Oh, and they just put porn over it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So it'll
That's
be
funny.
like, Huey Lewis in the News. Do you believe in love? Splash. Do you believe it's true? Splash. Do you believe? Splash, 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 splash. Because I'm making you believe it's true.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's different what I was picturing. That's good. By the way, the word we were looking for, thank you, brother and sisterhood, is desensitized.
Oh, yeah.
When your D is no longer sensitized to what you're watching.
That would suck.
Being desensitized to
Yeah.
porn?
I mean, because I imagine sex can't be that exciting then.
Well, I retract the beginning of the question I was going to ask you. Nick, what do you have to move on? Do you have to progress now? I mean, you mentioned you progressed from Playboy onto different types of porn. Does the type of porn you're watching right now, do you like down the road, will it be a little more, I don't know, gratuitous or whatever you move on to?
Are you asking whether or
like
not?
right now it's like there's 2 women, but I bet there could be 3. Where 2 women don't do it for you anymore?
I think that would only become an issue if you watched it a lot.
All the time. I'm with Ashley. I think if you watch porno all the time, I can only imagine how far those videos have to go to get you off.
Well, you had said you're someone who could just watch porn.
Yes.
And that's it.
Yes.
So does that mean you're a bit desensitized to it?
No, I can still go back to something normal and find it interesting.
Okay.
It doesn't always have to be a bus load of urinating Japanese Olympic wrestlers.
And that's just like special occasions?
Around the holidays.
Arbor Day.
So to answer your question, it can still be simple, and I'll find it interesting. It doesn't have to be extreme. Because I'm not.
Extreme.
Pardon me?
Extreme. I'd
Terrible
like to see one of their
rock band.
Well, no, Nuno Betancourt's one of the best of all time. They had a couple good songs.
Only, like Ashley said, only I think if you're just some zombie who's masturbating all day long, only in that situation do I think you're so desensitized that there has to be something outrageous in front of you.
And if that's the case, maybe take a little bit of a break.
Take a break.
Mm-hmm. That's when you know.
You're going to hurt yourself. You need to take a break.
Yeah, Ashley, you're right. I bet if you can't get it going with porn and you enjoy that with a real person, it's probably pretty difficult.
Yeah, I've heard people complain about that before, like guys having porn brain. So like they can't perform with a regular girl because they're like, why aren't you doing all these like crazy different things?
Where the hell's your mom?
Yeah.
We've been here for 20 minutes. Your mom hasn't walked in yet to masturbate while watching us.
Can we go down to the laundry room and try it there?
You got to catch some of those porno music videos, Josh.
That does sound pretty funny.
For those about to rock.
Splash!
That's how it goes.
Did they ever have like 2 cannons going from either side of the screen?
Yeah, there's clever editing. There's split screens.
Do they have one with like bloopers?
Oh, God, you've never seen porn bloopers?
No, but you told me
neither
about
have
them.
I.
Oh, they're fantastic.
But aren't some of them kind of gross?
Yes. Be careful. Be careful if you ever sit down to watch porn bloopers. Because sometimes it's, whoops, they pooped.
That's what you told me.
And I want no part of that.
Yeah, no thanks.
No.
One of my favorites, some of it can be horrible, and I've been scarred. But some of it can be so funny and so ridiculous. My favorite being, there was a porno movie being shot on a real live fishing boat.
That's safe.
Like one of those big old, the stupid television show where all the old guys with the big beards went fishing.
Yeah, like a
Deadliest Catch?
salmon
Yeah.
boat?
One of them big old Alaskan, right? And the gal is on her back, and some dude is just hammering, and like a big old, like scuba diving oxygen tank comes loose from the wall and pings the lady on her head. And the best part about it is it made the most perfect ping sound when it made contact with her skull. She's damn near unconscious.
I just had a drinking blooper. Everything that I was trying to drink while you were talking ended up in my nose.
Ouch.
I can't even imagine. That must have hurt so bad.
The sound was like you were watching a cartoon. It was so perfectly perfectly amplified. And you hear the what do you call them? The folks behind the scenes.
The director?
Oh, Jesus! Cut!
Yeah.
I need to find this.
Take 5.
She's over there just... Yeah, oh yeah. Oh, girl, you stand by me.
I want to find this, but I'm afraid to do research on it.
I'm forever yours. Splash!
Fully.
Stupid news on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
This is a hell of a way to start things off. A hell of a way. 2 guys are in trouble with the law for, quote, swinging their penises at people. Sounded a little bit like this. Swinging their penises at people including children.
Yeah, that's bad.
That ain't right.
I mean, it was bad to start, but that's really, really, really bad.
So what it sounds like here, 2 lunatics in a town called Perth, wherever that is, it doesn't matter. The 2 of
I
them...
believe we're talking Australia there.
Australia? That doesn't sound right. The 2 of them just smooth walked into someone's backyard. They took out each other's penises, like guy number 1 removed guy number 2's rod from his pants and vice versa. And then the 2 maniacs swung their peckers round and round, by swiveling their hips. They were in hopes that someone would notice them, and they were noticed.
If I was going to do that, I don't have enough to helicopter, but that'd be all balls. If you're going to see me do that kind of what's that game we used? Walla ball? We used to have around here?
Yes. It
Very
was
sexual in nature.
called Walla ball.
Where you strap a hoop around your waist, basically, and you have to, there's a ball attached to a string, and you have to get it through the hoop.
There are 3 baskets right where your pecker might be. 3 little baskets. And like Josh said, a ball on a string. And through pelvic thrusts, you try to hoist that ball into one of the baskets. Each of the baskets has a different point total. Oh, look, I got 50. Then you hump a little more. Oh, I got the 100-point. Funny story, Josh. I'm glad you brought up Walla ball. Did a bar gig many, many years ago at the old Mall of America. Oh, wait a minute. The Mall of America is still there.
Yeah, it's still there. It's old now, though.
What I mean, I guess where I was going with that was when the bar scene at the Mall of America was crazy.
I always get jealous when you guys tell these stories.
Yeah,
I was
know,
too
me
young for
too.
that.
That sounds like so much fun.
That fourth floor was wild.
I know.
I mean, you might as well have been on Bourbon Street with carpet.
It was lawless. It was lawless. So me and one of my ex-radio partners, Mike was his name, we went to do this appearance at one of the bars at the Mall of America. And we assumed it was just going to be get on the mic every once in a while, give away some concert tickets, right? The bar manager walks up to Mike and I with that Walla Ball set up. And he says, "Hey, have you guys heard of this new game, Walla Ball? You strap this around your waist and the 3 baskets and the ball on a string and you hump away at it, you thrust, and the ball goes up into the He says, "I think it'd be great if every 10 minutes or so during your appearance here that you guys, might play this game up on the stage. It'll be great. So here you go, you guys. Brand new game, Walla Ball." And my old radio partner, Mike, just looks dead in his eyes and says, "Yeah, we're not going to do that." All right, so here we got these 2 jabronis. They walked into somebody's yard, took out their dongs, and were swinging them around in circles. It says here the victims of this terrible display was a, quote, young family. There were little kids in the house that had to see that horrible 2-man dongnado.
Yeah, that's something you probably don't forget
No.
at any age, but especially as a kid.
One of the 2 prick swingers goes by the name of Grant. To Pop Grant. He's 39 years old acting like that.
That just makes it so much more dumb.
Yeah.
They went off to court for this. Cops were called. The D swingers went to court. According to the story, Grant and his partner tried to explain this away by saying that their disgusting public display was a prank.
In public, come on.
They said it was not a sexual act. They said they were drunk. A gal called Virginia. It was her property where the worst puppet show ever was put on.
Oh, yeah.
She said she became physically sick at the sight of the 2 morons and their crooked, hairy peckers swinging around in circles. She became physically sick. She puked.
Gosh, that brings up some gross memories of the puppetry of the penis guys when they came in here a couple times.
Remember you guys telling those stories?
I'll never forget the hamburger. Oh, God, terrible.
Never saw it.
Absolutely terrible.
They were standing 6 feet away, but still never saw it. I told them I wasn't going to look, and I meant it.
Are we?
I would have to look.
Are we in the trust tree here?
Yeah.
It's just the 4 of us. No one else is listening, right?
Yep.
It's based on ratings, yes.
About 6 months ago, we have a living room camera that we use to check in on the dog when we're not home. And my wife was out of town, and I said, "Oh, hey, pull up your phone and look at what Charlie's doing. He's being really cute right now." And I did the helicopter dong.
You call your penis Charlie?
Nah, dude. No.
You helicoptered your wife at 40 years old?
What in the world, Dana?
I thought we were in the trust tree. I asked you specifically.
Well, no, we are.
Okay.
You can
We're not in the no judgment tree.
Right,
though.
this is
That's what I should have asked.
Yes, that's different.
I just don't know why you do that for your wife.
I was just, I don't know.
Were you drunk?
No.
I
just
could
trying-
see my husband
Just
doing
trying to be
that.
funny and silly.
A girlfriend or something,
How'd
sure.
she take that?
I can't remember her exact reaction. She was shocked for sure, but I did think she found a little bit of humor in it.
You know, you got to be careful because if that was me and I was like out with some friends or family, I'd be like, "Oh, guys, look,
Charlie,
my dog's gonna be doing something cute." Oh, penis.
That reminds me of the chat roulette episode of South Park. Penis,
yeah.
penis, penis, penis.
That's how it was. Yeah.
Okay, there's a guy jacking off. That was the same episode, right?
I think so, yeah.
Let's get back to the D-swingers real quick. In court, these 2 fellers were referred to as a, quote, pair of idiots. Hell, Grant, the D-swinger that I was telling you about, says here he has kids of his own. Come on. How can he even go back home and act like an authority figure after something like that?
Yeah, that's
Daddy,
not good.
why did I see you in a police car today? Oh, I was on someone's property windmilling my penis in circles while children just like you were watching.
He's taking out his penis.
Were you all by yourself, Daddy? Oh, no. There was another grown man there with me. We were both windmilling our pee-pees around in a circle in front of children.
And you took your own penis out, is what you're saying.
Now you listen to your daddy.
No. I had a friend take my penis out as I took his penis out.
They're pretty soft on crime there in Perth, it sounds like to me. SAWFT soft. The two jabronis only received fines for exposing their peckers to children.
They must have been, the story mentioned how remorseful they were. One guy was even crying. You know, his lawyer saying the guy feels like the dumbest person on planet Earth.
Yeah, you should.
Almost 40 years old.
Shame.
Yeah, that's shameful.
But then again, Dana, you're 40 and you did it.
Just do it on your living room camera like a real adult.
Yeah, exactly. Gosh, I really wish you would have been hacked. And that would have made it on Reddit.
That would have gone all over social media.
At that point, you got to just embrace it.
Yeah.
It was a private moment on camera between husband and wife.
Right.
Is that one
And
of those?
Charlie.
Is that one of those at-home cameras where you can speak through it?
Yes.
Okay. I had one of those years ago. Well, I didn't. My girlfriend at the time had one of those years ago. Same concept. So she could keep an eye on the pets, right?
Yep.
So I was at her place, and I'm watching the television. The camera's, I was taking care of her pets, actually. The camera's pointed right at me, and suddenly I hear a voice say, "Hey, what's going on?" And it was my girlfriend, right? She could look at her phone, see me sitting in her apartment. She could see the pets, and she could speak to me through this little speaker. So she says, "Hey, what's going on?" So now I know she's watching me. She was with a girlfriend out drinking somewhere. And I didn't know this at the time. She told me later. Just for a joke, I'm sitting in a chair. I looked right into the camera, and I started unzipping my pants. And when she got home, she told me she's sitting with this girlfriend. And when I began to do that, her girlfriend went, "Oh, hell yeah."
He's taking out his penis.
And my girlfriend at the time had to turn to her girlfriend and say, "Wait a minute, what?"
Half-assed morning show. 93X.
Happy New Year, podcast pals. Dana here to give my daily love to everybody at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Just a quick brag, I'm a Smart Club member. And yeah, it's a big deal because when the polar vortex hits, your house will let you know real fast. That's why right now is honestly the best time to do comfort upgrades. Standard's running a ton of specials right now. Things like whole home humidifiers to fix that dry winter air, UV lights to help keep the air cleaner, and ERVs that bring in that fresh air without dumping the heat. Trust me, you will notice a difference in a big way. Be cozy this winter. Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, providing the comfort you deserve since 1930. Online at standardheating.com.
Years of hard work, and now you've got pain in your back, your shoulders, your knees, maybe your joints. You need help. Randy Shaver here with the answer. Dave Bialke. He's got over 30 years experience in getting workers' compensation benefits for people just like you. Don't suffer. Call Bialke Law today. 763-571-2410 or go to bialkelaw.com. That's BIALKE law.com. And it spells relief for you.
This isn't your average podcast.
This is one of the most, if not the most controversial podcasts.
This is Full Send.
Do you like party ever?
I think Post Malone told me once he went to like one of your parties.
What was the biggest after party you guys ever did?
We had one with you guys.
I know,
that was
lit. Unfiltered conversations.
I'm not going to say any names, but we got Dr. Phil pulling up.
Jake Paul's coming in today.
Benjamin Netanyahu. He's about to walk into the podcast right now.
I feel like he'd leave.
Yeah, maybe.
The Full Send podcast.
This is so crazy.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Stupid news on the Half-assed Morning Show.
Wow. It's Thursday. It's 93X Rock. It's early in the morning. Tomorrow's Ashley's birthday. We had a conversation earlier about tomorrow being sure, Halloween. Right.
Boring.
No one cares about Halloween. Tomorrow's Ashley's birthday. Another listener is celebrating. Oh, wait a minute. Not tomorrow. One of our listeners texted in, classic country Jesus. His birthday is today, Cubby.
Yes.
I just remembered mentioning that tomorrow is, my birthday and I guess Halloween. Me and my husband were talking last night about how we should teach our son that when people say like Happy Halloween and stuff like that, that's just their way of celebrating my birthday. That like Halloween it's just another word for my birthday.
So you tell the kid, hey, Mom loves scary movies and costumes, so because it's her birthday, everyone in the neighborhood goes around town looking for candy. So that's what you spin? That's not a bad idea.
Until we started thinking, oh, but then when it's his birthday and people don't go all out and do all these special things, he's going to think that nobody likes him or something.
That's even better. He should know how cool Mom is. They have a whole holiday based around Mom.
Why is everyone running around the neighborhood in costume and asking for candy? Well, it's all because it's your mother's birthday.
Because I'm just so great that everybody celebrates it. Duh.
Lying to children. I was raised on lies. I think lying to children is some of the most friggin' fun that an adult can have. The friggin' stories that my parents and my uncles and whatnot tried to convince my brother and I were true was just hilarious stuff. I love that routine. I mean, like, say, when I was a kid, when we drive around town and we would see, doesn't happen as much as it used to, Josh, because there aren't bench seats in cars anymore. But, back in the day, Josh, when the guy would be driving his pickup and his girlfriend is basically sitting on his lap, right?
I always wanted that. I thought when I grow up, I want to do just that.
You wanted to have
that pickup, and I want her sitting right there.
A woman at your side. When we were kids, I remember asking my dad, like, why is she sitting so close? And my dad said, oh, it takes two people to drive that car. I loved that. That's what I'm talking about. Those little lies that you mislead children with can be so much friggin' fun.
I had a pickup that had the bench seat. Never had the girl there, though.
Me too.
Plenty of groceries.
Groceries next to
plenty
you. You had your arm around the groceries.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what's great about it is if you, of course, have a kid as dumb as I was, I believed that until I was about 19 years old, that there were cars that took two people to drive. Because my dad established that when I was 6. I thought, no kidding, it takes two people to drive this sumbitch.
Now, Brian says they have a holiday based on Mom's Mother's Day, but yeah, you're correct. But we want this based on Ashley.
Yeah.
Just the one mom.
Forget all the other moms. Yeah, just me.
This is
I want to be
Ashley's
selfish.
Until I was about 16 years old, I believed that my dad and Willie Nelson went to different schools together. Well, that's actually true, but I didn't listen to what he was saying. When my dad would see Willie Nelson on television, he'd go, oh, Willie Nelson. He and I went to different schools together. And I never took the time to understand I thought he meant they went to school, but they went to, of course, we all went to different schools together. So it's little things like that I've always enjoyed.
My mom told us as kids that she was deathly allergic to cats. My sister and I, we really wanted a cat. And she goes, well, we can't get one. Your mom will get very sick. You don't want your mom to get sick, do you? And we were like, oh, no, of course. So we completely just dropped the whole thing. And that was when I was 7, 8 years old. Fast forward to early 20s, I was dating a girl, and my mom was going to come by and see us, and we were all going to go to lunch together. And I frantically called my mom because I realized that my girlfriend had a cat. I go, you can't come up to the apartment. She has a cat. And my mom had completely forgotten the lie at this point.
Yeah.
And it was like, well, what okay. And I'm like, well, aren't you allergic? She goes, oh, no. I just told you that so you'd stop bugging me for a cat.
It's exactly what I'm talking about. It's exactly what I'm talking about. All right. Speaking of pets now that we've started talking about pets, in honor of our special guest later on this morning, Dr. Andrea Johnston from German Animal Hospital will be in studio later. In honor of Dr. Andrea's visit, we enjoy her so much, we have put together, Cubby specifically, has put together an all-animal edition of the Stupid News. Just like Josh on a Saturday night after half a Coors Light. All animal.
Yeah. Look out. Meow. Rawr.
It's feisty.
That's adorable.
I bury my poopies and my peepees.
And, of course, we're going to start with monkeys. Those peckerhead bastards.
They're always doing something.
I'll say it again. They're planning a war. A war with humans, just like you might have seen in the movies. They've had enough of us pushing us I'll get there. They've had enough of us pushing them around. They've already started trouble in other parts of the world. We've told the stories up and down. They're snatching up our babies. They're pissing in our cocktails when we're not looking. They think they can run the planet better than we can. And I don't disagree with that. I don't. So again,
I would love a monkey. Wouldn't you guys?
I'd welcome the monkey overlords.
Wouldn't that be cool to have a monkey?
Oh, God, I've said it
diapered monkey.
a million times. Is it smoking and drinking?
No, mine's not.
Mine is smoking and drinking. But yet it's
Mine's on some harder stuff.
What's it?
Yeah, mine doesn't. Smoking and drinking is nothing to mine.
You are, Dana, you're welcoming our monkey overlords. I'm not. Although I agree that they could probably run things better than we currently do. I still know what side I'm on. You know what I mean?
You're going to fight with the humans?
I can't turn my back on humanity that easily.
I can.
You can?
Yes, yeah.
You've shown sympathy to the monkeys when we've had these conversations before.
They're just trying to live.
And
Poopfoot Jesus hates monkeys. All caps, he hates monkeys. Get back to us. Why do you hate monkeys so much?
What's the deal?
You don't find
man?
them adorable, and you're not impressed with their swinging and climbing skills and poop throwing skills?
Right, I was going to say, the little ones with the red butts at the Minnesota Zoo that fling their poo around, those guys are great.
I don't like the red butts, I'll be honest with you. Put those things away. Come
That's
on, put the tail
intimidating.
down there.
When the dust has settled, if the monkeys win the war, I will tip my hat to them if I'm still alive. But I'm not going to turn on humanity that quickly when the war begins. I know what side I'm on.
Why is he yelling at us, Josh?
Who's yelling?
I don't like the name.
Oh,
the guy that just texted about hating
Poopfoot
monkeys.
Jesus.
Yes.
Okay, Poop Foot Jesus says he hates monkeys, and now he's yelling at us?
It's just in all caps. Yeah, he said because they look like people and are dumb.
Well, there's a lot of people that look like people and are dumb. Why the monkeys? I think they're a little cuter.
I would argue that they are not dumb.
I would like to see a monkey in a military outfit. He's got his,
He's got a little bazooka.
yeah, a sniper, a monkey sniper. Wouldn't you want to see something like that?
War paint on.
Of course, they look cute in uniform. All right.
A lot of people are texting in saying they like to spank their monkey.
That's hilarious. Here's the latest nightmare that has unfolded here in the early days of the human-monkey war. Down there, Mississippi, diseased research monkeys being transported down the interstate in a semi-truck and trailer. They were able to overturn the truck, they caused it to crash, and then they escaped from the truck. The driver of the truck didn't see it coming. He says he smelled turds in the cab at one point or another. He knew it wasn't him. Next thing he knows, he's peeling himself off the road upside down in the cab of his truck. They got him. The monkeys turned the truck over, and now they're gone.
Maybe I don't welcome the monkey overlords now. that I hear
Too
this.
late, you already said it. They're on their way here. You're going to be their bitch, Dana.
I am.
The diseased monkeys escaped. They were being driven from one research facility to another, a pile of them in the trailer. Cops showed up full force. It was too late. And now the police down there are telling folks in the neighborhood to stay inside. Don't go near a monkey if and you see one. The monkeys are infected with COVID. I'm not making this up. The monkeys have herpes. Welcome to the club. The monkeys have hepatitis.
No, they've come out now and said that's not true.
And you're buying it? You're buying that, Josh?
I am buying it.
Don't you think of that as maybe monkey war propaganda?
Don't do this to me. I slept with two of those monkeys, and I thought I was safe. So now you're saying they do have COVID and herpes and super gonorrhea and everything else?
Are you a monkey effer?
You know what? I am.
For Pete's sake, it says here some of the escaped monkeys have been shot dead.
Oh.
This is terrible.
What is going on?
Well, they thought they were infected.
And they don't like people. I'm guessing that it says here, don't go near these monkeys. They do not like us. And I'm guessing that's because they know that we are the ones that gave them COVID and herpes and hepatitis.
Yeah, if you're a lab monkey or lab enter the, whatever animal you want to put after that, I bet they don't have a good feeling about humans. Is there getting hairspray sprayed in their eyes and whatnot?
It's going to get a whole lot worse before it gets better, everybody.
In their eyes. Oh.
The war has begun here in the States. They overturned a friggin' truck, they kicked the driver's ass, and they ran into the woods.
I can't get enough of these stories, though. Come on. More monkey issues, please.
Although some of them, we've talked about these monkeys many times where they're like stealing babies and throwing them off roofs and stuff like that. I don't like evil monkeys.
I mean,
They're climbing in your windows.
I can't help but I hope the babies are okay. But, like, imagine a monkey just, like, throwing a baby like a football.
I gotta say, I get kind of scared of the monkey on Family Guy. That monkey is always so upset.
No,
The one in
he's
Chris's
okay.
closet.
Yeah, and he's always pointing and he looks so angry.
He's a family man.
Oh, yeah, they did a whole episode about him once. I forgot about that. They kind of told his backstory, and the monkeys actually just misunderstood.
Yeah, they finally got sick of. They're like, all right, I think we've just bled this bit dry, so we're gonna have an ending here.
You know, that's sometimes the magic of Family Guy is they do a bit to the point where you're screaming at your TV, and then eventually, like Stockholm Syndrome, you're like, okay, this is funny again.
Because, yeah, exactly.
The
Goes full
odometer
circle.
trips over and it starts again.
I get Family Guy shamed in my household, and I don't appreciate it.
What do you mean?
Divorce.
My wife will watch every single trashy dating show possible, but somehow Family Guy is just beneath her, and I'm stupid for watching it.
Yeah, my wife doesn't like Family Guy or South Park. She doesn't get it.
What?
Can you imagine the truck driver with that trailer full of monkeys? Driving down the interstate in Mississippi. He was probably on the CB talking to other truckers. You hear what happened to that unlucky sumbitch in Indianapolis with Mark Sanchez, right? They're chatting back and forth on the CB, and then the trucker thinks to himself, "What the hell smells like chloroform?" And then a monkey puts a rag over his face, and he overturns the train. Ah! And then the diseased monkeys are running wild. He's thinking, "This can't be happening. I just wanted to get to the Hotel 8, get a prostitute, a case of beer, Motel 8, whatever they call it."
Yeah, he's probably saying, like you were saying, the CB. Oh, that thing that happened to that truck driver, to Mark Sanchez, that's the worst thing to happen in the history of truck driving.
Yeah, and then he's like, "Who the hell put a bottle of chloroform in the..."
The thought of him crawling out of the truck overturned.
Yeah. What the hell just happened? Monkey just put a chloroform rag over my mouth, and I had overturned the bitch. Here's more. Here's another one in Texas, a pet monkey. A pet monkey, tired of being captive, I would imagine, cut loose from its human owner, and the monkey went mental inside one of those spirit Halloween shops.
My daughter looked up. She said, "What in the world?" And she's like, "Is that a real monkey?" And so I look up and I said, "Well, it's got a diaper on, so I guess it is real."
It was entertaining. I mean, it was like, huh. A lot of people just stood and watched it for like 30 minutes, like the whole time. There was a monkey. And you had kids trying to catch it.
It had jumped down on the floor and ran past my leg. And at that point, I was like, okay, I've had enough.
Those are folks who were witnesses to this scene at the Spirit Halloween shop in Texas. For more than a half hour, this monkey was swinging from the rafters, screaming out threats, dropping turds like atomic bombs from the ceiling of this Halloween shop. That was Arlene, the lady that was speaking there. Arlene talked to the local television news about what she saw. And it was, you heard her say it, Josh, the monkey was wearing a diaper.
And that's what made her realize it's a real monkey. What?
Yeah, I guess
I saw a picture of the monkey. He is pretty darn cute.
That must have been awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
Spirit Halloweens are chaotic as it is, and you throw a monkey in there too? That must have just been so much fun.
Yeah, that's a good day.
I missed the parrot at our local car wash.
Oh, yeah, that one. Yeah, I know the one you're talking about.
Did every neighborhood car wash have a parrot for their about 20, 25
Was it all
years?
parrot?
No.
Was it Paradise? That's the one by us.
I have no idea.
I don't know if that was just kind of their deal.
I just know they had a parrot there, and it always looked miserable.
Mm-hmm.
Looked absolutely miserable.
Oh, this one looked happy.
Oh, the one that I saw, it looked at me, and it said, "End my life, please."
It F-bombed me every time I was in there.
Did it cuss?
Yeah, constantly.
Cool.
Did it talk?
Well, I mean, nobody else could hear it, but I could. People thought it was a little weird for some reason. But yeah, I could hear what it was thinking. Such terrible things about me, and you wouldn't believe the jokes it had about my mom.
Oh, Christ.
Awful.
That's where it all started.
So this monkey went wild inside the Halloween shop. Eventually, the monkey's owner offered it a cookie, and the monkey calmed down, and it was recaptured.
A cookie would calm you down. I've seen you around cookies.
Yeah, it would. Maybe
your mood changes.
I'm much more primate, maybe, than man. The monkey wasn't injured at all, and supposedly everything went back to normal at the Halloween shop. But take this as another sign of things to come. If that Halloween shop monkey wouldn't have been starving for a cookie, I think things could have turned out much, much worse. At the least, I think, if there was no cookie, Josh, at the least, I think someone in that store would have ended up being suffocated by a dirty monkey diaper. Just like that chloroform rag on the truck driver. This one's going to throw you, too, I think. Try this one out. In Orlando is how I should have said that. In Orlando. At SeaWorld. They're calling it SeaWorld. Anyone been there?
No.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
I was at Disney World, but not SeaWorld. Didn't have time.
Over there at SeaWorld, a gal riding on one of those roller coasters, she got knocked unconscious by a duck. That was a flying through the park. And now the gal is...
Revenge.
Now she's suing SeaWorld. She wants $50,000. So there she was a few months ago. She's ripping up and down on that damn roller coaster, going faster than piss. At the exact same time, a damn duck flies through. The duck hit the lady square in the mug, and it knocked her out cold. She took that corkscrew duck rod right to the jaw.
Why is that corkscrew?
It's
That's gross.
For her pleasure, I think is the joke. Anyway, and it put her to sleep. This duck hit her in the face so hard, it knocked her right on out. This gal in her lawsuit, they say that SeaWorld should have warned her about the dangerous condition of the park before she got on the roller coaster. She says they placed her in harm's way.
Oh my gosh, you're outside.
It is kind of crazy that you can sue for anything nowadays.
I hate this lady.
Here's a quote from her sleazy ambulance-chasing lawyer. SeaWorld created a zone of danger for bird strikes due to placing the roller coaster over or near a body of water, which creates a higher risk of bird strikes involving ducks, gulls, geese, and other water fowl. Oh, shut up.
She wants a beware of duck sign on the roller coaster as you walk through.
Yeah, you suck. How dumb do you have to be to not think about... oh my gosh.
The lawsuit
So
also
frustrating.
claimed... Ashley, please. The lawyers and such are talking. The lawsuit also claimed that the roller coaster disoriented the birds and increased the risk of bird-human high-speed collisions. The roller coaster, with it whipping by and spinning around, it would disorient the birds, and they'd go, I don't even know where I'm flying anymore. And it increased the risk of these bird-human collisions. You didn't know that?
They should be the ones that are suing. The ducks and the birds and the waterfowls.
Good point. Or somebody should on behalf of the birds.
Absolutely.
The most upsetting part of the story is that I have no information on what happened to the duck. Was he killed in the collision? Is he paralyzed from the beak down and he's been placed in an adorable little wheelchair? We just don't know. You ever seen a duck in a wheelchair?
No, but I want to.
You would
Probably
never,
on Looney Tunes or something, I'd imagine.
You will get rid of all of your current pets, and all you will want is a duck in a wheelchair the minute you see a duck in a wheelchair.
This person's right. They should have had an anti-duck air defense. That's true. And a lot of people are bringing up a good point. She should have ducked.
Oh.
But why is the penis corkscrewed?
It's for her pleasure. Just stick with the easy joke sometimes, Josh. For her pleasure.
Well, now I'm picturing that they have a cork down there the ladies do, and they just got to uncork it and go for it.
It's similar.
cork their brains out at that.
I need a duck in a wheelchair.
Are you looking at a duck in a wheelchair?
Yes.
Are you already thinking about turning your dogs into the pound?
Yes.
You're only human.
Look at this little guy.
Is he just chugging along, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got like big fat tires on his wheelchair too because he's got an off-road.
Yeah. Josh, I'm sorry. What was it again? That was very funny. They needed a duck air defense.
Anti-duck air defense.
Just some teenage kids with BB guns.
That's probably all you really need. Remember all the controversy around U.S. Bank Stadium taking out all those birds?
Yes.
For a while?
Oh, yeah, that was a lot.
Yes, I do.
That was fun.
The birds were slamming themselves into the side of the new ballpark, and it was a terrible tragedy.
Simon says, didn't Fabio take a goose to the face on a roller coaster? Yeah, that was Fabio, wasn't it?
Fabio took a... How the hell did you come up with that?
That was a big story. Yeah, that's the first thing I thought of, too.
Fabio, the old supermodel guy?
Yeah, he messed his face up pretty good.
He was on a roller coaster and he got hit in the face by a goose. How the
Some
hell
sort of bird.
That's large.
Jeez Louise.
Not munging or shrimping Jesus makes a really good point. He said, "Oh, I'm confused. A place called SeaWorld is close to water? What is this world coming to?" Yeah. What do you expect?
You're not safe. No matter what you're doing, you're not safe, even on a roller coaster at SeaWorld. I saw Final Destination 3 last night, a little bit of it. I know what happens on those roller coasters.
Oh.
Is that any good?
The best one.
No,
I like
it's
that
terrible. But it's a Final Destination movie, and you're aware of that when you go into it. I just saw the opening scene. When I watch the Final Destination movie series, I just watch the opening scene for the hellacious crash, and then I move on with my life. There's no reason to continue.
How's the latest one?
No,
I liked it.
Yeah, Ashley liked
I
it.
saw the preview where they're at the barbecue.
Yes.
That was even stressful.
That's the funniest part.
They get you on that one. Like, no, that's not what it is. And then they keep going.
Oh, back to ducks real quick. Teacher She's has texted in to say that duck sex is not pretty. We had that conversation on the air a while back. Yeah, we know. I know firsthand that duck sex is not.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
Yeah. On my property a year or two ago, my wife had to break up a duck rape. That's exactly what it was. It was horrible. Horrible.
This is one of my favorite stories.
It was just, we were sitting in the house and all of a sudden, slam, 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 like something crashed into the sliding glass door. And we look out the window and there's a 2-on-1 duck rape happening on my property. We had to run outside and I had to kick these mallards in the ass and say, get out of here. My wife's out there with a hockey stick or something. It was horrible. And I waited until I knew that I had forced the male ducks to fly away, and I counseled the female for a while, and I said, it's okay, you can go where you want to go. It was terrible. She's not lying. I'd never seen anything like that before in my life. It was terrible. Ducks are cute little bastards, but I'll tell you what, not when they're looking to get it on.
I had no idea. That is awful.
Not when they're looking to get it on.
Half-assed morning show 93X.
Just a hell of a time. We're having a hell of a time here with our longtime pal, C. Willie Miles, sitting here in studio with us. How's everything, C. Willie?
Man, it's all good in the hood.
Anything you'd like to discuss this morning on the program?
No, man, I got nothing. I got nothing going on. My shows are all sold out, and all I need to do is just be here and just be grateful.
Well, we're grateful for your presence. Your next show would be your Christmas show?
My next show is my Thanksgiving holiday show that's coming up in Prior Lake at Fong's.
Okay.
Which is on a Tuesday.
All right.
And then I usually immediately leave town the next day.
You don't need to even give the date because it's sold out.
It's sold out,
right?
Yeah, it's the 24th. And then
I mean, it's no tickets available.
I don't know, 25th. And then the 6th of December is sold out and at Crooners.
Will you be announcing any shows soon enough where folks can go get tickets where it's not sold out?
Any more shows?
Well, my next public show that I'll be doing, because I got a couple of holiday parties that I'm doing, but they're not open to the public. But Crooners, I'll be back there Valentine. So if you want to hop on that, that's the only place I'm kind of performing right now publicly.
I love your relaxed schedule.
Yeah, I do too, man.
I want to be you someday.
I worked 30 years to get to where I'm at right now, and I'm loving it.
Josh, wouldn't you like to say, I've got something going around December 6th, and then the next is on Valentine's
Yeah,
Day?
just not really fully knowing the schedule because I don't care. It's like when you're a kid in summer, you have no idea what day it is.
Right.
Absolutely.
Could
You
be
know.
Saturday, could be Wednesday. It makes no difference.
Or what time it is.
I guess the only day I knew was Sunday for church.
Oh, sure.
Outside of that, it just didn't matter.
Yeah, I was a PK, so yeah, I had to know when Sunday was. But
What's a PK?
Preacher's kid.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Well, we're always happy to have you.
Oh, I'm always excited to be in here, man. This is always a fun time for me. I'm up early and I need something to do.
I've got something here that might be concerning for some of us. I'm slightly unnerved by reading this. Saying more frequently while speaking, or may signal that your brain is rotting. Simple little speech patterns is how you say it. Simple little speech patterns like or taking longer pauses, or here's the part, Josh, where I thought, this isn't good. Struggling when searching for words.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
You're screwed.
I have that problem every single, what do you call it again?
Day.
Struggling and searching for words might be indicators of declining cognitive ability.
Wow.
I think it happening on air. Well, I guess maybe not in your case, Nick, but like I forget sometimes like what I'm about to say or like the word I'm looking for, or I say and I think it's just because I'm more careful on air.
Trying not to swear?
Yeah, I want to make sure I'm getting things right, because sometimes if you don't get it right, people will come at your life.
That's funny. There are times, like an out-of-body experience on the radio. It's the same thing where I'm almost standing next to myself going, don't F it up, kid. This could be trouble. Don't screw this up.
Tamper it down.
So I know exactly what you're saying. So sometimes it'll take a little bit longer to express yourself because you're thinking of all the angles on how this could go wrong, or you could be misrepresented. So
yeah.
I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah, otherwise I think in my regular life, day to day, I think I'm pretty good.
I am an long pause, and I struggle trying to find the proper word. I do that all the time.
If you do, I don't notice.
Oh, I really notice it when I put together the promos, because I have to I like to cut that out just to make it a little bit shorter so it all fits nicely. And I'm like, oh, what is this? Oh, that's an There's an there's an awkward pause.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I wonder why I don't notice that. Maybe just when in the moment it's different.
Right? Yeah,
you're thinking
absolutely.
of having a conversation.
I don't see my pauses as awkward. I certainly am aware that they're a bit extended. But yes, Ashley has to edit out certain things so the promo can fit into a certain time and run on the air later. Thank you, by the way, for editing out those ums and ahs.
Of course, yeah.
Next thing you know, Reddit is going to assume that I have a brain injury. They already have made assumptions about my overall mental health.
That's hilarious.
Our everyday speech and how we talk may reveal more about brain health than just what we say. It's how we say it. If you notice a friend or family member suddenly speaking with more hesitations, longer pauses, or trouble finishing thoughts, it might be worth being a little more than attentive to them.
My wife and I have very different communication styles, where if someone's not talking, I feel I have to fill in the space nervously, and maybe it's just because of what we do. But my wife takes a long time to process things, and I don't mean that demeaning. I just mean she likes to really think about what she's going to say.
No, you're right. I've noticed that. And it's never struck me in a way to where I thought she was lacking intelligence. She is very measured.
She's very thoughtful.
Yes.
Right.
My husband, when we're all together, he says that we have, I think it's dead air syndrome, he's nicknamed it, because we don't like it to be too quiet for too long. We'll chime in with something.
Well, that's the common sign of a younger, newer couple.
Right.
What do you mean?
You want to keep things
Oh,
moving.
no. Sorry, I said that incorrectly.
No, I
I
see
mean,
what you're
like when he's hanging out with all of us, when we're all in a room
Yes,
together and all of
yes.
us are having a conversation, he said he notices that when, like, say, me, you, and Josh are talking, Nick, that we don't let it be quiet for too long.
Oh.
And I said, I think that, and he credits it to us being on the radio, and you don't like it to be quiet for too long because that means something is wrong.
That's interesting. I would never notice that. So is your husband trying to get us all to shut up?
No, he loves it. He loves sitting there and just listening to us go
Let
back
the
and forth.
conversation breathe a little bit,
Yeah.
people.
He's like, let me get a word in.
I've always thought in new, especially comedies, that'd be something I've noticed where it's too quick. It's not natural. I mean, you're an expert, C. Willie. Like the comedic timing and things. They're getting to their line so quick, and I don't know if it's nerves or what it's supposed to be.
Exactly. That's
Yes.
exactly what it is.
But I know what you're saying, Ashley. That's definitely a thing where you're just trained. Like, don't let something hang there. Just have something.
Yeah, and I always feel bad if somebody says something quick and nobody says anything back to them. I don't know why. Even if it's just like a little thought that doesn't really need an answer, I always feel bad.
No, we're different in our house because my wife and I are both very good conversationalists, but we both like downtime because of what we do. I'm not a reader, so I don't read a whole lot of stuff. I'm a thinker. So and I think about a lot of stuff, and I'll think out loud. And my wife is she's a great listener, but at the end of the day, we both like it a little bit quiet in the house every once in a while because she works in finance and she's constantly on the phone. And when she works from home, she's always on Zoom or something with somebody, and sometimes we just like that downtime where it's just, and I think that's what you was getting across to Ashley. When you've been together in a relationship, you've been married for a long time. Peace and quiet is very hard to come by.
Right.
And so when you get it, man, you take full advantage of it.
I was recently told by my wife that when I try to explain something to her, there's too many words.
Right.
She's like, get to the point.
Yes. She is fairly to the point and gets the message out quickly.
Right.
I take my time. I'm a slower talker. And so, just the other day she said, I was in the middle of explaining something to her, and she kind of threw her hands up. And I said, what happened? And she said, it's just so many words.
I get that, too, because that's how I am. And not just with my wife, but with a lot of people. The one thing you can say that really triggered me is to make a long story short, and it doesn't get shorter. Don't ever say that to me.
You better mean that.
When you're
people
already
say
3
that.
minutes into telling me something and then say, but to make a long story short, it's too late.
Yeah.
It's really too late now.
I try and work on that, getting to the point quicker.
Right, I do too. But my wife will tell me she went out to lunch with somebody, but she will tell me the whole, from the time she woke up
I do the
and
same
the phone
thing.
call she had to.
You need the context clues.
All I need is where you went. Who did you go to lunch with, and where did you go?
Dude, that's so funny. I think sometimes my husband's like ready to just end his life because of how I go on, and he's like, are we to the point of the story that like all of this is even for yet?
Land the plane.
Yes,
That's what
exactly.
I asked my wife, I said, what altitude are we at? Are we climbing or are we descending? And she's like, what?
Now, let me ask C. Willie Miles and Josh a question, leaving out the younger folks just for a minute. When I get excited, when I get fired up, I speed up my delivery a little bit. It's only natural. I'm fired up. I'm excited. But generally, I'm a little bit of a slower talker. As I've gotten older, fast talkers, I just can't follow it. I have a couple of friends who are really fast talkers, and I just can't hear it anymore. I can't follow what they're saying because of the speed. Have either of you experienced that as you've gotten older?
Not yet. I haven't, no.
No.
Right.
Like sometimes I'll watch videos like at 1.5 speed, or like I'll listen to audiobooks at that. Maybe,
Really?
maybe just because I'm used. So maybe that's why I'm not, because I I don't know if I'm trained for it, but I'm used to it.
And maybe this is a sign of my diminishing cognitive skills. I don't know. But fast talkers, like at the bar, I constantly have to ask them to repeat themselves. If you give it to me too fast of a pace.
I do notice that you ask people to repeat themselves.
Yeah,
Is
you've
that what
done
it
that.
is?
He's done that to me a couple times, and I know it's because I'm going too fast.
Dana, you often kick it up to an unsafe speed.
Absolutely.
Yeah, sometimes you kind of leapfrog words.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes I get in my brain where I assume people know what I'm talking about, and they don't need as much, then I just talk way too fast.
Yeah.
That's not easy to do. Something I've worked on over the last couple of years is I've noticed, especially with my brother, if we're wrapping up a phone conversation, all of a sudden everything gets a little bit faster and we're about to say goodbye. And so it's like a race.
That was very skillful right there, by the way.
I was possessed.
Yeah.
Right. So now I have to, on purpose, just calm down a little bit and just say, all right, yeah, great talking to you. We'll see you later.
You're saying that sometimes at the end of conversations, you tend to speed up the pace?
On a phone call specifically.
On the telephone.
When I know it's about to end. And my brother's the same way. So if he starts speaking faster, I know it's, we're about to
A couple
hang up
dueling
here.
banjos.
Yeah, so I've worked on that.
All right, so there you go. If you are an or an person. By the way, as we've discussed many times in this program, I love a great nickname. One of my favorite nicknames ever. This guy's been gone for years. One of my dad's friends growing up, his nickname was because this is how he legitimately talked. If you asked him, what are some bands you've seen? He would say, yeah, I saw Johnny Cash once when I was in Memphis, Tennessee. I once saw the Bellamy Brothers when I was in the service. He said, between every statement. So his nickname was and I thought that was so friggin' hilarious as a kid. I loved to hear him talk because it was exactly how I played it out.
Makes sense.
What a nickname.
So I wonder about this whole brain rotting study. What about people who use effing as or ah?
Yeah, I know.
That's the same thing. Yeah, they're just, it sounds cooler, though.
It does sound cooler, right? I mean, that's something you wouldn't cut out of a promo if we were allowed to swear. Like, yeah, we went to that effing nightclub.
Yeah.
Right.
I suppose I'm throwing an I in there, but you know what I'm saying? Like the dragged out effing.
Yeah, that's what I do.
I've always been impressed by the folks who begin a sentence with effing.
Yeah, there's people that can throw. You mentioned your brother's like that with combinations of swear words and stuff, but there's people that can throw the F word in and just make it super smooth.
My old pals, Big Phil and Pistol Pete from across the street, begin their sentences with effing. And one of my favorite memories was we didn't see Pistol Pete from across the street for a few years. He got himself in trouble. He had to leave town. And he came back to town. And my mother, our families were very close. He was across the street. Pistol Pete from across the street sees my mother for the first time in 4 or 5 years. And my mother walks up and says, Pistol Pete. And he says this, effing Mrs. Bourne. He started his greeting with effing. We're all different, I suppose.
Half-assed Morning Show. 93X.
Happy New Year, podcast pals. Dana here to give my daily love to everybody at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Just a quick brag, I'm a Smart Club member. And yeah, it's a big deal because when the polar vortex hits, your house will let you know real fast. That's why right now is honestly the best time to do comfort upgrades. Standard's running a ton of specials right now. Things like whole home humidifiers to fix that dry winter air, UV lights to help keep the air cleaner, and ERVs that bring in that fresh air without dumping the heat. Trust me, you will notice a difference in a big way. Be cozy this winter. Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, providing the comfort you deserve since 1930. Online at standardheating.com.
Years of hard work, and now you've got pain in your back, your shoulders, your knees, maybe your joints. You need help. Randy Shaver here with the answer. Dave Bialke. He's got over 30 years experience in getting workers' compensation benefits for people just like you. Don't suffer. Call Bialke Law today. 763-571-2410 or go to bialkelaw.com. That's BIALKE law.com. And it spells relief for you.
The CJ Pearson Show.
Every week, we'll take on the biggest cultural, political, and moral battles in America head on.
CJ presents the most passionate voices in the Black community.
When you're going around and talking to people in actual communities, you get to know what people actually care about.
As a Black man, why can't I be the first one in my family to graduate from college? Why can't it be me?
Yeah.
Shift the way that I think about the world.
Bold truth, real conviction, zero permission. This is the CJ Pearson Show.
The CJ Pearson Show. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Dr. P. Jesus.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hello, and welcome back to the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. Checking in here at 8:29. Our next guest is a real doctor, and by God, he's willing to help. Dr. James Parnell. Hello, Dr. P.
Good morning.
Today is National Herpes Awareness Day. And
I
we're
know.
gonna.
You were aware.
Yeah, I knew it was about 5 minutes ago when I got here.
Yeah, you got my card in the mail, right,
Yeah.
Dr. P?
Right. No, it's funny. I always celebrate sexually transmitted infection month in April. Like I put on a lot of parties. And, but I
Yeah, you're worthless in May.
I know.
That's for sure.
Right. Exactly. No, I did not know that, but it's exciting.
It is exciting
for us.
Yes, happy Herpes Day to you,
Yes,
Dr.
thank
P.
you as well.
We're going to try our best to make today the first ever STD edition of our Dr. P segment. We have a few sexually transmitted disease-related questions ready for you. Questions from our dirty, promiscuous,
Very promiscuous
listening audience. But we could always use a few more. If you have an STD-related question or concern, text us at 651-989-9393. It's very unique what we're doing here. We've never really tried to focus on one specific subject, but I think on Herpes Awareness Day, I think it's quite fitting.
No, this is groundbreaking.
And plenty of texts are related to herpes. We were talking about it earlier, and there's quite a few people who have an experience with it or a close call.
Absolutely, and it's also not something people love talking about. So, anonymous texts to radio are a way to.
We've got a few of
air
those.
some questions.
Did you just say a close call, Josh?
Yes.
Because that brings up one of my favorite texts we've received so far. A guy texted in to say, here we are headed towards Halloween. He said, on Halloween a few years ago, I almost hooked up with a gal who was dressed as Hulk Hogan. Would you consider that a close call? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what you were going to get there, hooking up with a gal dressed as Hulk Hogan for Halloween. Yeah. I love that she's a big wrestling fan, but maybe there's...
Just ask her to take the fake mustache off first, maybe.
Right.
No, keep it on. Keep it on.
Did I almost get herpes, the guy says? I don't know.
You said the word anonymous, and that's how this person would like to remain.
Yeah, for sure.
Please keep this anonymous. she
Oh,
starts.
my God.
As a female, I was vaccinated for HPV when I was younger. Regular get STI tested, especially when I'm sexually active.
Oh.
I was not sexually active for about 2 years when I turned 30. During that time, I had another STI panel done and was positive for HPV when I was always negative a 4. How can I be negative for years and then positive during the time I was not sexually active?
What the hell happened there? Toilet seat. I've been telling you guys for years it's the toilet seats.
Yep. My gyno told me they don't test for HPV until a person turns 30 because it's so common. She related it to testing for a cold virus during every panel. It seems sketchy to me. Do I need to change doctors?
No, it is. Yeah, that's interesting. It is because human papillomavirus. So that's what causes it causes warts of any kind, but the kinds we worry about when it comes to Herpes Awareness Day are the ones that basically cause changes to the cervix or genital warts. But the ones that cause changes to the cervix is what increases the risk of cervical cancer, and that's why women have pap smears and have testing for that stuff.
Yeah, that can be serious stuff.
Totally. Yeah. I mean, you don't...
That's what a pap smear test for?
A pap smear test for cervical cancer, which our understanding of that has evolved even since I was in medical school. I mean, it was thought to be associated with human papillomavirus. Now I think it's basically thought that is the cause. There could be rare other causes, but human papillomavirus it gets onto the cervix and it causes changes that basically, and we've talked about this before, changes that anytime a body is trying to react to some irritant or problem, and cells are trying to turn into something and protect themselves, then there's a chance for them to grow abnormally. And so that's kind of the model there. So HPV vaccine is a pretty revolutionary thing. It can help provide immunity against some of the strains of human papillomavirus that cause the high-risk strains, basically, the ones that tend to cause cervical cancer. It's not perfect. The testing strategy at this point in terms of pap smears and screening and all that for women under 30, HPV screening at the time of pap smear is not part of the algorithm because it is so common. You do have pap smears, and you may have testing if you have an abnormal one to actually look for the HPV. But the problem is, well, it's a confusing discussion because that testing strategy has evolved over years based on kind of what can you do with the information. You can't get rid of HPV, so all you can do over time is monitor, and then if there are changes to the cervix, you can treat that basically essentially similarly to how you would treat a wart on the skin. Freezing it, burning it, cutting it.
Shaming it.
I mean, shaming is unfortunately not effective against human papillomavirus.
Talking dirty to it?
I know,
have a degree.
It worked well with me when my parents raised me that way. It guided me to act a certain behavior or a certain way, but HPV does not respond.
Okay.
So no, her doctor is correct. And I know that probably sounds weird, but it's because the logic of it is complicated. And it's hard for me to sum it up, but basically it's, you can't, if it's there, you can't get rid of it easily.
Okay.
But the young women, their body often does get rid of it. That's the thing. So
naturally.
Yeah. So
wow.
So you don't really want to be looking for it aggressively other than looking for evidence of injury to the cervix with the pap smear.
Okay.
Because a young woman's body can often eliminate it.
Just kick it out.
Oh,
yeah.
Did not know that.
So you said HPV
Yeah, human papillomavirus
has no cure.
It does not. No, I mean just like herpes. Basically, viruses.
Yeah. That leads us to our next question.
Yeah.
Which STDs are curable and which are not? STIs. People have been texting and saying it.
I mean, it's true.
When did that change? Why is it STI?
Exactly, and it's. I am terrible with that. It's just I've always called it sexually transmitted disease. It is sexually transmitted infection.
Fair enough.
Or it could be sexually transmitted illness.
Which ones can we rid ourselves of and which can we not?
Yeah, basically bacterial ones you can. So gonorrhea, chlamydia, syphilis are all treatable with antibiotics.
Mm-hmm.
Gonorrhea and chlamydia, they can cause all sorts of bad stuff, but they don't. But it's generally isolated to your reproductive organs, so not good. But and they're becoming more and more resistant to antibiotics. So
they're fighting harder than ever.
Are those like the itchy, burny, mucky stuff coming out type of things?
Yeah. But it can also, especially for a woman, it can cause infections getting up into the uterus or abdomen or even up around the liver. I mean, there's just because of the anatomy.
You threw down with some frat boy and now all of a sudden your liver is in jeopardy.
Right.
That shouldn't happen.
So basically viral ones are the ones that we cannot completely treat. I mean, HIV is a great example. We can't get rid of it, but in the last, I guess it's 35 years, wasn't it? It was basically 1990 or so.
Yeah.
I mean, that it became,
Is it no longer a death sentence? I mean, it seems like it's not as big a deal as it was when we were growing up.
It's something that can be chronically controlled. Yeah, I mean, and the medication regimens have gone from you had to take medicine, you had to have a timer or a watch that would remind you to take it 6 times a day. Now it's 1 pill a day or even injectable things, and so it's a controllable illness. Herpes, you can be on medication to suppress it. But yeah, to actually get rid of it, not so much.
Because you can live with it now, right? A friend of mine's dad sadly passed from it. He was in a terrible car accident, got a total blood transfusion. Like all of his blood was replaced, and they weren't testing for it at that time.
Yeah, back then.
So he got it, and he passed not too long after that.
Yeah, it is. It's a chronic illness treated with medication that seems to work very effectively.
That's good.
Yeah. So
Next question for Dr. P on this STI only edition of his visit to the Half-Assed Morning Show. Oh, I love this question. From a female listener. What problems could result from unprotected anal sex with my husband or, in a pinch, some other jabroni?
Okay, what
problems could result from unprotected anal sex with my husband or, in a pinch, some other jabroni?
Well, I mean, there's nothing specific about anal sex that I would say is more that's not maybe true. You might be, if anything, you're more likely to potentially.
Can you get E. coli?
I mean, well,
E. coli.
Would she get E. coli? No, yeah, not. I mean, there definitely can be contamination issues, but I guess it's more just if she's wondering about sexually transmitted illness in vaginal versus anal sex. I'd say there's not a great difference.
I have always heard that when you go backyard ski, you're pretty much doubling up your chances of getting one of those ultra comfortable UTIs.
Well, you mean as a guy?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, for sure. I mean,
and she's speaking of. I think she's speaking of herself or her husband, anybody, anyone involved.
Yeah,
anyone involved in this anal sex.
Yeah, right. I would say, if anything, you're increasing your risk just because the tissues involved in the rectum and colon are really good at absorbing things, and it's a great way for bacteria and viruses to proliferate. The vagina is sort of, it's evolved over all these years to try to accept sperm and get rid of everything else. It's not perfect at it, but it's pretty darn good at it. That is not what the other end is for. So, yeah, I mean, if she and her husband do not have any, if they're with other people and bringing potential STIs into the mix, it'll just increase her risk of getting that. Obviously,
a little game of Russian roulette there.
Yeah. Any other jabroni, you definitely want to use a condom to decrease the risk. But yeah, the thrust of the question is certainly anal sex is not safer in terms of avoiding STIs.
Fair enough.
I wouldn't want butt herpes. That sounds terrible.
Yeah. And I mean, and just to fill out that equation, oral sex is also not really safer because you can get herpes, gonorrhea, chlamydia.
Ooh. What about bronchitis? Here's a question that says, can I get bronchitis from going down skis on a gal who had the clap?
No, I mean, so the clap.
Why bronchitis?
I don't know. I mean, so bronchitis is a lung infection. I've not heard of that. I mean, I guess if you were immunocompromised, maybe someone who was.
I have no idea.
Yeah, no.
I don't know why he's talking about bronchitis.
No, yeah, you're not gonna get bronchitis from it.
Man, you've got a terrible cough. Well, I went to Alexandria over the weekend, and I.
Yeah,
went down on a gal.
I should add one more thing about in terms of treatable versus non-treatable. Syphilis is a bacteria and can be treated amazingly with penicillin, of all things. Penicillin. It's like we don't use penicillin for anything.
That's the
old thing that's been around since World War II, basically, right. Or maybe even earlier. And you can treat it, but the problem is syphilis. If you don't treat it early, it gets into lots of other parts of your body, like your brain. And can cause all sorts of problems. So it needs to be caught and treated early. And syphilis was sort of a thing. I feel like we were winning the battle against syphilis for a long time, and I'm not sure we are anymore. It's more
they're ganging up on us.
Common than it was for a long time. Yeah.
My damn. 651-989-9393 if you have an STI related question or concern for Dr. P. Jesus on this all STI edition of the Ask Dr. P segment. Do you recommend a loose or snug-fitting condom?
In what world would you ever want a loose fitting condom?
Right.
And wait,
It's loose
they
for
make,
comfort.
They make snug fitting condoms.
Well, I think it probably just depends on the size of the condom versus the size of you. So.
I thought there was a conversation.
I thought they were all loose in my experience.
They make finger condoms you could try that aren't really meant for sex, but they're meant to, cover up a cut finger if you work in the culinary. You've tried those too.
Yeah.
Did you ever wear a finger condom, Josh, when you were in the culinary field?
No, I didn't.
They didn't invent those back in those days.
I mean, I'm not sure that's legit. You probably need to have a glove on. But
I thought I remember.
I tried a thimble. Still, too much room.
Now, I was in sex ed in 1986, for Christ's sake. This is a long time ago. But I thought there was some verbiage when the teacher was telling us about condoms, something about leaving yourself a little extra room there. But
at the tip.
Oh, well,
yeah, that's right.
At the
To
tip.
catch everything.
Right, and I think, some condoms are...
We were taught that.
Some condoms are made with a...
reservoir.
There you go, a reservoir.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't know, and I don't think that was comfort so much. It's just... It's somewhere to catch the...
Oh, right.
For things to be caught without rupturing the condom, I guess, is the idea.
Boy, those some bitches snap. They do.
Taking them off is gross. I'll just be honest with you. If
I mean,
for a second.
Yeah, but they're important to
You got to
everybody.
be careful.
You don't like the removal process?
No.
What the hell's the matter? That's the most fun part for me.
Yeah, just remove it like we do with, like medical gloves.
I have a lot of laughs with that.
Hi, everybody.
Dr. P. Jesus, welcome to the Half-Assed Morning Show.
93X.
Word up and word life. It's the all STI edition of our Ask Dr. P segment. Our listeners are just itching to ask you about what's going on in their underwears, Dr. P. It's been lots of fun.
It's well said.
I like the attitude involved in some of the questions have been texted, and the attitude behind some of the questions. Another young lady, what is the accuracy of the morning after pill as opposed to the good old-fashioned routine of relying on the drunk guy to properly put a condom on his unimpressive pee-pee? What is the accuracy of the morning after pill versus the drunk guy wearing the condom?
The efficacy she must be talking about?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't.
Well,
how effective?
That's a good question. I mean, the drunk guy wearing the condom is not great. I mean,
It's not.
Even condom use, doing it by the book, just like they taught you in junior high. Rolling it on, leaving extra room at the tip, not taking it off right after,
Right.
not laying around there. I'd have to look up what the rate is, but it's less than 90% effective, I think.
Huh.
Whereas, birth control pills much higher. IUD is the highest, basically, so intrauterine device. But the morning after pill, I mean, I guess I hate to think of it as just, it's not, I mean, it is contraception. It does basically prevent ovulation and or implantation if you were already ovulating. So,
Okay.
But it's highly effective too.
More so than a rubber, you think?
Well, especially a rubber. I mean, it is. Yes, it is.
That's very interesting.
And I don't know if I have time to look that up, but it's yeah. I mean, even perfect condom use is not. It's not as great as you would think, but it's better than, the rhythm method where you're keeping track of menstrual cycle. That can be done really well if people are like women are measuring their basal body temperature and calculating when they're going to did I say menstruate? I meant ovulate. Because if women are not near ovulation, they're not going to get pregnant. But that's still not perfect.
Wow.
I learned that as the rhythm method.
Right. I mean, that's certainly one way to call it that.
Is that what they call it
Yeah,
still?
the withdrawal method, we definitely know is not good.
Ashley, you got anything to say about all these different methods?
Nothing really works. I feel like nothing really works. Nothing has 100% guarantee that you're not going to get pregnant. I think a lot of people forget that you can get pregnant from the thing that happens before the grand finale. So
Sure,
sometimes
the what's it called? Yeah.
Exactly. So
Oh, yeah.
sometimes
What do you
you
mean, like
wouldn't
a
even
hand
have
job?
the
The
condom
pre-arrival.
on. Yeah. I
Yeah,
know a
Oh,
couple people
no.
that have.
I know. I know what you mean.
Yeah. I know a couple people that have kids because of that.
That's
I also
terrible.
thought,
Well, yeah, right.
Dr. P, I thought that the Plan B didn't work if you were already ovulating.
I mean, it's not ideal, but I believe it still can because I mean, one of the things it does is overrides the body's ability to allow implantation of,
I heard
of
it
an
makes
egg.
you pretty sick. I've never had to take one, thankfully.
It's
but
it's relatively high dose.
I've taken plenty.
Yeah, and
No
you felt
side
fine?
effects
You felt
whatsoever.
fine? That's good. It made your breasts look great, though. No, but it's
Very perky.
It's high dose. I mean, you're taking. It depends which one you're doing, but you're taking multiple birth control pills at the same time, essentially. So it's a high dose of estrogen and progesterone. And yeah, that could definitely make women feel sick.
Oh, I have to tell you guys something crazy.
Go ahead.
I had a friend in high school, and him and his girlfriend would have sex all the time, and they didn't like using condoms. She wasn't on birth control, and so she would take a Plan B every time they had sex. I mean, she was taking like 20 a month,
Oh my
Dr.
God.
P. And I was like, this cannot be good for your health.
No,
That sounds
yeah.
pretty bad.
This should not be used as an everyday
Yeah, when
or
you
every
use,
time
when
type
Plan
thing.
B is Plan A, that's not. That's why it's called Plan B. That's not great because you're taking really high doses of birth control pills, which is high doses of estrogen and progesterone, and that can cause problems.
How about that?
Yes, somebody here said that his wife was on birth control. They used the withdrawal method, and still she got pregnant.
Hush,
I know,
fertile.
I know
my God.
2 people that got pregnant on birth control.
Oh yeah, no, I mean women can get pregnant on the pill for sure. I've heard plenty of stories of that, and I wonder should we, since it is Herpes Awareness Day. I mean, basically, for those of you who think you may have herpes or do have herpes, it is definitely worthwhile having a frank discussion with your physician because you can decrease your own outbreaks. You can dramatically lower the risk of passing it on to a partner.
And it might just be a zit.
I mean, it might be, and that is actually one. I just looking up the fact that it was Herpes Awareness Day.
Sorry,
some people are misdiagnosed, and so that's an interesting thing that I hadn't thought of. Like, so say, someone does have herpes and they get with a new partner, and that partner says, "Well, that's great because I think I have a history of herpes as well," but they actually were misdiagnosed, and they never did have herpes. So they may not use the prevention, and then they really will have herpes. So you don't necessarily want to assume that's what it is.
Sure.
I mean, the best way to test is to test when you have an outbreak because it's definitive. Antibody tests that you could do on blood can be a little misleading, but it's worth having a very frank discussion, and also just living responsibly with it if you do have herpes.
Be responsible, he says, Cubby.
Well,
yeah, tell people when you have it.
If you sluts would just wait till marriage and only have sex and trying to procreate.
Who are you calling a slut?
You.
Ah, dang it. You're right.
We've got
what are you looking at?
There's a listener in our audience who broke his pecker in bed with a girl, and then that same girl a couple days later gave him an STD. He said, worst week ever.
Oh, man.
That is a bummer.
That's a double shot.
Is she mad at him or what the hell?
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm lucky. I've never had an issue there, thank goodness.
The broken or?
Oh, I had an issue there.
Broken
I mean,
thimble?
like an STI or whatever.
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, you're lucky.
I feel very lucky.
Where'd you go to school, Dr. P?
Yeah, for medical school or undergraduate? Or either.
Where'd you go to, like, real college?
Brown University. Not Brown College, but Brown University.
The Ivy
in Rhode
League,
Island.
the Rhode Island Ivy League school, right?
It is.
This is just for fun. A listener was just joking around, asking, what college campus has the highest number.
I don't think it's Brown.
St. Cloud.
What?
The highest number of STIs. I looked
I'm
it
sure
up.
that's. Oh, you did?
I'm guessing you could. Yeah, I looked it up because I didn't figure you'd have any idea.
Yeah.
And kind of pouncing on you with a tough question there. And I'm sure if you went to 100 different websites, you'd probably find 100 different answers to this question. But the website that I looked up said Pennsylvania. That's also a Ivy League school. Is it not?
University of Pennsylvania is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Smart people like to be dirty, too.
But, I mean, I think we all would expect to see Arizona State, USC, Arizona,
True.
the party schools.
You would think.
Madison, things like that.
Huh.
It says here Pennsylvania. Let's see if there's any other.
Is Brown University on there?
I don't see it. Marquette, that's a Milwaukee school. That's nearby. Duke, oh, my God.
Weird. Like,
Vanderbilt, I also think you have to be quite smart to get into Southern Methodist and Texas Christian. Well, that's not very Christian. to be
No.
passing STDs.
No, that's just bad.
Notre Dame.
What?
You know, that's funny. I mean, maybe it's like, people who are smart in some ways maybe think they can get away with stuff, and they're wrong.
It could be.
So if you're smart, you can't get away with it.
No.
Tell us about
karma and chlamydia will catch up with you.
Exactly.
Quickly before we go, tell us about the wildest time you ever had at Brown University out there in Rhode Island. Wildest time you ever had.
There was an annual event at one of the. It wasn't a frat house. It was, what do they call it? Basically,
whorehouse?
No, it wasn't that either. It was an off-campus house.
Waffle House?
No, but anyway, they had the naked party every year.
Did you go?
You didn't go naked because you might get arrested. But once you were there, you got naked.
And you went to this party.
I did.
And you got naked.
I kept my shoes on every time. I was a rebel.
Always leave the shoes on at the kegger.
It was actually it was a fascinating experience.
Everybody was naked.
Yeah, so you would think it would be like the most highly sexualized environment ever, but it actually.
Were you all doctors? Maybe that's why it wasn't sexualized.
No, it's just when everybody's naked, they're sort of like, whether it's just overwhelming or nothing really stands out anymore. It was weird.
Oh, that makes sense.
It was eye-opening in multiple ways.
How long did you stay at the naked party? Good 5-6 beers?
Yeah, I think so.
Good for you.
For the first couple years, then there were starting to be some kind of weird people showing up as it got.
Sure.
People who were more
Then
like,
you'd see things, quote, standing out.
Yeah, people gawkers. Yeah.
Like, did you turn around real quick and spin around and maybe did you knock into anybody?
I mean, the thing is, you were bumping into.
What were you doing? Like, was it a dance party or what was happening?
There was people dancing, there's people talking, people drinking, there were people body painting.
That's great.
That's sweet.
But yeah, it's a lot of sweaty people. It's actually kind of gross, really.
Sure.
I could never.
Hey, thanks, Dr. P, for your advice and your story.
Yeah, great to be here.
Dr. P handed me a shout-out this morning. This is a first. The first time you've ever handed in a shout-out. And I recognize this Jesus name. Good luck to Audi Parts Jesus. He's got to have surgery Wednesday to fix a wee little bone in his wrist, which he fractured while, quote, butt surfing under his motorcycle through turn 3 up at Brainerd International. What happened there?
He was just going fast, and he's a very, very fast rider who races and had a fall that he has not had. So he was suddenly under his motorcycle trying to get the hell up.
That's not where you want to be.
Poor guy.
But fortunately, he only hurt his scaphoid bone in his wrist, which is an annoying little bone that does often need surgery. But very good guy, and I hope it goes well for him.
Yeah, me too.
Half-assed morning show.
It's not just the swearing. Did one of you fornicate?
Fornicate? Look, I've boned a lot of chicks in my time, sure. But as far as I can recall, I've never fornicated anybody.
93X.
I think back to those high school dances. Sure, we showed up pretty loaded for the football games and the hockey games, right? But we really showed up loaded for the dances. And how did some of these grown folks not just, my guess is they just didn't care.
Yeah.
You know, they'd been teachers for 25 years. They've seen moron high school kids drunk a million times. And at that point in their career, they just didn't care anymore if we were, I'd like one ticket to the dance.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they could have called us out every single time, and they didn't.
See, I'm jealous of your situation. We had a cop present at the entryway of the dance, and he eyeballed you and thought that you were drinking. He'd pull you aside and breathalyze you. And a lot of kids never made it into the dances.
Sucks to be your generation.
I know.
Sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we would get like side-eyed by some of the teachers, but we would take that as a sign as, all right, we need to get out of here. We've got like 5 minutes until they call someone.
God. I remember one of those high school dances. I showed up just destroyed. and I'm so embarrassed, Josh.
I mean, where it was completely obvious to everyone, or were you able to hide it a little bit?
It had to have been obvious.
Slurring up a storm?
Where I'm going with this is, once I got into the cafeteria, which is where our dance floor was for the high school dance, oh God. I was I don't know what I was drinking. It must have been hard liquor, because I've told you before that beer has always been my thing. But when you're a high school kid, you take what you can get. It must have been booze that I got whipped up on this particular night, because I came into that dance just guns blazing. I'm running around the damn, and this is what I did. This is what still kind of haunts me to this day. I went, you know how it is at a high school dance, or any dance for that matter, like a dance club. There are different circles of people, right? Friends dancing with each other. I broke into every circle to show them what I could do.
No.
What do you think of this right here? To the latest hit by Salt and Peppa, or whoever the hell was hot when I was in. And what about this group over here? What do you think? And I'm just pouring sweat. And it's just so dumb. And by the end of the night, I had danced with everybody from my high school to show them what.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
It was like I was on coke. So it must have been hard liquor, because beer never did that. But I just remember little clips of some people thought it was very funny. Others did not.
I bet.
But I'm out there just boom, 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 busting out all my best stuff.
It's so embarrassing.
I had a buddy who had a bad experience at a school dance. He smoked a bunch of weed and drank a bunch of Red Bull before going into that school dance, and he wasn't much of a weed smoker. And midway through the dance, we were like, "Hey, where'd Stack go? I don't see him. Where is he? Where'd he go?" We don't hear from him. We don't hear from him until the next day. He got so paranoid, he ran 7 miles home, and his parents found him barricaded in the laundry room.
So he had some kind of flip out.
What?
Yeah.
That is a crazy combination. No. Oh, it sounds so unsettling. Kid just needed some Doritos in a dark room.
Well, he found the laundry room. He barricaded himself in there.
Oh, I just picture a young kid army crawling into the house.
He thought the cops were coming for him.
But I redeemed myself at the next dance, Josh. Made a jackass out of myself, dancing around. Couldn't stop dancing. But the following dance, a couple months later, I redeemed myself, Josh, by winning the air guitar championship.
Oh, that's where you won that thing.
Yeah, that's my game. That's my friggin' game.
You got to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and win an air guitar competition. That's how you turn life around.
That's been my game from the get-go.
When you get yourself in a hole, you stop digging, you put the shovel down, and you pick up an air guitar.
Yeah. The DJ at our high school dance said, "Who wants in on the air guitar contest?" And this will settle it, he said. This is the air guitar championship of the world for the year 1988. And I said, I'm in, right? And a few other brave souls said, I'd like to try this too. And then the DJ said, well, the song we're going to play is Shook Me All Night Long by AC/DC. And that's when I looked at the crowd and said, this friggin' thing is over. It's over. Because I knew every air guitar lick for AC/DC, Kiss. I mean, it couldn't have been an easier path for me at that point. And I looked at the crowd and said, don't even get involved. This friggin' contest is over.
Them giving you AC/DC was like Cliffy getting his dream board on Jeopardy and Cheers. When it was all categories that he specifically knew everything about.
Tailor-made.
Celibacy, living with your mom, U.S. Postal Service.
I don't remember that, but I love any reference to Cheers.
Did you set that up with the DJ, or he just picked that for you?
No.
That's awesome.
No, everything fell into place for me at that point, Cubby, and I said to myself, I'm going to make everyone forget about my dancing.
Everybody hated the DJ in our middle school dance.
Oh, I hated him too.
Oh, I bet yours especially, Josh, had a lot of restrictions on what he could play.
Oh, I did. He did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hated the DJs too. Why did you hate the DJ?
No, it wasn't necessarily me.
Oh.
I take that back. I hated the DJ the most, but so did everybody else at those high school dances.
Well, I hated them because they would only play the latest pop hits, and we would all, again, come in very drunk and demand Van Halen, Motley Crue, Ozzy Osbourne, and Megadeth, and the guy would always say, no, I'm not playing any of that crap. This is a friggin' dance.
Well, that was what the problem was. It was the opposite. Our DJ... he would play like heavy metal stuff instead of like whatever the hottest, like the Red Wine or something like that.
UB40. Why would he do that? That's odd for a junior high DJ to play acid rock.
Well, I think the reason is he was a huge fan of that music and just kind of played the music he liked.
So you're saying you were the DJ?
Well, I don't know how you get that out of this conversation, but yes, I was. Yes, I was the high school DJ. Or, excuse me, the middle school DJ.
And I just got done saying that I hated them. Well, that must have been fun.
Well, it was for me and like 2-3 of my friends. But yeah, I realize now maybe I should have considered the audience.
Okay.
But instead, at that age, I thought I was giving them a real education into Ozzy Osbourne and Metallica and Megadeth.
I would have done the same thing.
I would have been excited, Josh. I would have loved you as a DJ.
I would have done the same thing, Josh. You want to show everybody, hey, look, number one, I am hard, right? And number two, I know all of this music. A lot of
you don't even understand.
You don't even get it. But I'm going to teach you. I would have been the same guy.
I did play You Shook Me, though. That definitely was on the list. I played that one.
Well, that's a never-fail party song, right?
Yeah.
We always had some random stranger like that. Didn't work at the school, wasn't a student. It was always some 40-year-old dude they actually hired for a couple hours.
Well, yeah, I did. I've never heard of a student being the DJ.
That is so cool. It's like the movies.
We always had, some 35-year-old guy who was a professional DJ. Absolutely, I would have done the same thing, Josh. I was effing notorious in high school and even into college where when a house party kicked in, when I walked in, I took over the music. Even if I didn't know the guy or girl, I would go to their stereo and say, no, we're not doing this, we're doing this.
I could totally see
Just
that.
a total dick. I could not tolerate drinking and having fun to bad music. So I would just be a prick and take over the stereo at house parties. Even people I didn't even know. And I almost got my ass kicked a few times for it. But I said, look, this is a friggin' party. We're not going to, especially in the 90s, I'm not going to listen to Toad the Wet Sprocket at a keg party, right?
They have a couple good tunes.
No, they do not have a couple good tunes.
They do.
We're not listening to... That was me.
I took over once, and then nobody liked the song I chose, and it started to be like, who played this? This sucks. And so ever since then, I never took that chance again.
Did you join in and berate? Just kind of look around?
Yeah.
Who was that?
Definitely.
Well, I'll tell you what, I made the mistake of changing the channel on Chris Tucker's radio. He had some things to say.
Oh, man.
He was enraged with me. I think it's on video somewhere. Yeah, he was very upset.
I mean, I especially really pissed off the hip people at these college parties. The college crowd likes to stay as hip and trendy as possible. So where I really got into trouble was when the 90s kicked in, and everyone turned to Nirvana and Pearl Jam and what do you call that band, Soundgarden and whatnot, right? And I hated all that stuff. Hated it. So I would walk into a house party that was playing Nirvana and take the CD or the cassette tape right out and throw in Van Halen, things like that. That's what really pissed people off, was like they would say, this stuff Van Halen doesn't matter anymore. So that's where I really pissed them off. I'm probably the only guy ever that interrupted Nirvana for TNT, Everyone's a Star. Do you even recall that song?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Everyone's a Star. I mean, the cheesiest 80s pop metal. I just threw that right on top or in place of Nirvana, and the whole crowd turned and said, TNT, Everyone's a Star? What are you, a friggin' idiot?
Half-assed morning show 93X.
Happy New Year, podcast pals. Danny here to give my daily love to everybody at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Just a quick brag, I'm a Smart Club member. And yeah, it's a big deal because when the polar vortex hits, your house will let you know real fast. That's why right now is honestly the best time to do comfort upgrades. Standard's running a ton of specials right now. Things like whole home humidifiers to fix that dry winter air, UV lights to help keep the air cleaner, and ERVs that bring in that fresh air without dumping the heat. Trust me, you will notice a difference in a big way. Be cozy this winter. Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, providing the comfort you deserve since 1930. Online at standardheating.com.